Night number one, the big one, the Technical Welding Services World 240s. 110 is the number, 110 cars filling this pit lane. A massive 2 nights of racing expected. Can our 1NZ Jason Long do the Grand Slam? He's a North Island champion. He's just become the New Zealand champion. Can he become the World 240s champion as well? Current 3NZ as well, Simon Joblin. He's one to look out for. He has won this event 4 times. Adam Joblin has never won it. The 2 Joblin brothers, Scott and Simon, have. However, Adam Joblin has not, so keep an eye out for him. Also, keep an eye out for the usuals, the likes of Wayne Hemi, Jordan Dare, all the Red Waka guys. They are ones to look out for as well. They've done one hell before. But also, South Island car has never won it. That's right, a South Island car has never won this championship before. The likes of Malcolm Nartai here, Harley Robb, Jaden Ward, they're all here, so keep an eye out for those guys. 110 cars split into 4 groups, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a quick pit walk, catch up with a couple of drivers before they go racing. It's going to be a very hectic night. Come along with me. We've got Blair Eulenberg over here. Come on down for an interview there, Blair. Johnny S all the way from Stratford, mate. Good to see you. Beautiful weather here to get some racing in. How are you feeling?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah.
Cool hat. Now we've seen you had a pretty good campaign down at the New Zealand Superstock Champs at Woodford Glen. How did you get on at the GP and the rest of the events down there?
Not too good at the GP. We got a flat right rear in the first one of qualifying, so that kind of put us on the back foot. But then the second heat we got a flat left front, so just pulled off, saved getting damage, because with a 20th and an 18th you're not really going to qualify. So yeah, just carried on and did the non-qualifiers, which was pretty good fun. And then Greymouth, we went over there and had a play, took that track off the list, but yeah, that was good as well.
Good stuff. Of course, it's good to get as much racing in as possible. You're up here for the 240s, 110 cars on the grid. Are you feeling a little bit nervous, or business as usual?
A little bit, yeah. It's quite hard with only 4 cars getting through in each group, but yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Absolutely, of course. Heaps of cars. Who's your biggest threat in your group?
I don't know. I haven't really looked at the groups, to be honest. Don't want to look because there's so many good cars here, but yeah, I guess we'll just get out there and get into it.
Did you manage to get out and do some practice earlier? If so, how was the track?
Yeah, we got out there and got a few laps in, which was good. Yeah, the track was actually pretty good considering the heat that's on it. Stan always does a good job, so yeah, hopefully it should hold up throughout the night. Fantastic,
and of course you couldn't do it without all of your sponsors. Who looks after you?
Eulenberg Haulage, Blastways, Graham Harris, BL Graphics, Kruger Race Cars, South Taranaki, Panel and Paint, Pit Viper, On-Shot Photography, and King Signs, of course. Yeah, thanks to them.
All right, thank you very much for your time. Best of luck tonight.
Yep, cheers, thank you.
All right, 58p, Peter Bingston, 110 cars this weekend, mate. You've done this a few times before. How are you feeling?
No, we're pretty good, eh? I'm pretty comfortable with the car. But like I say, we've got some good competitors here. 110, biggest welds, great.
Absolutely, of course. 110 cars. Who's your biggest threat in your group? Because there's quite a few big names in here.
Well, everyone's a threat at the end of the day. We've got to go to around turn 1, don't we? So, yeah, but we'll wait and see. Like, you know, there's 23, I think, in our group. And what are the top 4? She's going to be a mission. She's going to be blooming hard, but hopefully tyres stay up, push hard, and we'll be right. But there is some, you know, you throw a blanket over the top 15 in this group, pretty comfortable without any problems.
Absolutely, of course. You managed to get out earlier, do some practice. How's the track from your point of view?
Probably with the heat and the sun, you know, we're first group up. It was a little bit slick or not a huge amount of drive, but in saying that, Stan and Sonia done a good job, or Stan's done a beautiful job to the track, and it's going to handle all night. You know, with 100 odd cars, she's going to go a bit slick, so there's going to be horsepower. It's not a horsepower track tonight. It's going to be interesting, really. How do we get on and who goes through? There could be a few unknowns.
Plenty of cars piling into turn 1, lots and lots of chaos. What's your tactic?
I got grid 17, my first one, so we'll be pushing a bit hard, you know, don't take me wrong, we'll be pushing. We need to make it up, you know, we're going to have to finish top 6 every race, otherwise it's going to be hard work. Yeah, just hopefully the wheels stay up.
Hopefully, of course, you couldn't do it without all of your sponsors. Who looks after you?
Brian at Champion Autos, Brian and Karen, they do a lot for us. We've got Lucas Oil on board as well, and they've been with us for a very long time, and AFC and Palmerston North Motorbike Shop, and these guys have been great to us over the, I've been racing 20 odd years now, and we've been at the front of the field quite a lot as well, so you got to take the head off to them. They've been there day in, day out, so I can't complain really.
Awesome, good stuff. It's going to be hectic out there. Best of luck tonight.
Yeah, thanks for that. And hope it goes well for everyone else.
Simon Jobler, mate, we'll just grab a quick word. Sorry, interrupting you there. 110 cars this weekend, mate. You've done it a few times before. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good tonight. It'll be tomorrow night that the nerves will kick in. So, yeah, we'll go out for a practice with the overseas drivers and that, so come to grips with the track. And so for me tonight, yeah, it's just tuning in the car, really.
Stay out of trouble as well?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
Got a pretty decent group, I'd imagine. Who's your biggest threat?
Yeah, for us, it's just, like I said, going out there and doing a few laps, and we'll see who gets through tonight. But any one of those 18 cars, I think, that make it through tonight, they're all going to be tough. It's going to be a tough field tomorrow night.
Absolutely, yeah, of course. You're one of two that are pre-qualified, so that makes it very easy. But I suppose it's you've already done the work. You've just got to do the magic tomorrow night. You've won it a few times before. Do you see that as an advantage?
No, it's never ever go out there thinking that way. You just got to go and just got to go out there and have 3 good clean races. And in a field like that, you've got to have 3 good races to be anywhere near the front.
Thank you very much for your time. Best of luck tomorrow night.
Yep, cheers. Thank you.
Thank you. 3NZ. Simon Joblin there. Malcolm Narchai, 19C. You've come all the way up from Christchurch, and a few issues with the bus as well.
Oh yeah, we had a few issues last week with some overheating and water pumps and blocked radiators, and so we had a busy week sorting the bus out. Lucky I didn't get to run the car last week. Me and the dog had a great day of Murchison, and we sorted the bus, and my car was done. But actually, Jaden did a whole lot of damage to the number 2 car, so we had to rebuild him a motor and all sorts this week. So it's been a busy old week down at the Suck It Up yard.
Very, very, very busy. 110 cars here. You're a very experienced campaigner. How are you feeling?
Oh, it's just like a normal meeting, If you don't qualify, you're not in. So we've got to get to the top 3 or 4, and if we don't, there's a repechager. We've done it through the repechager before. We'll just go and do your best. It's all about having a good time and having fun. I probably don't take it as serious as I should. I've been racing for 22 years. It's just another race for me, and I'll try and win, but if I don't, well, there's always next year.
That's right. A very relaxed Malcolm Narchai. Best of luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, down here with a 46B, Thomas Stanaway, mate, here at 87B. Thomas Stanaway here at a beautiful Rotorua for the World 240s. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good. No, weather's definitely turned it on for us, and we're feeling good. Looking forward to it. Can't wait.
Absolutely, of course. 110 Superstocks here. You're in a group with yourself, of course. Plenty of drivers out there. Who do you see as your biggest threat?
Anybody at this stage. We've just got to go out there in that first heat and see where we go. The aim of the game tonight's only really to qualify, but that's going to be a big job with only 4 coming out of each group, so we're going to have to be on the money straight away. It's going to be good.
Absolutely. And where are you starting for the first heat?
Grid 17 for the first one, and then grid 6 and then grid 11 in the last, so we'll be right. Hopefully we can a bit of luck on our side and a little bit of pace, we'll be right.
Absolutely, and of course you couldn't do it without all of your sponsors. Who looks after you?
Big list of guys. Main sponsors: Foot Engineering, Bay Tyres, Total Oils, Taradale Paint and Panel, Midwest Motors, Linton Race Cars. I've gone for a while here, but just everyone else that's helped along the way, and couldn't do it without you guys.
Great, thank you very much. I'll just grab our current 1NZ, Jason Long. Thank you very much for your time, Thomas. Best of luck tonight. I'll just grab 1NZ, Jason Long. Our new 1NZ, Jason Long, mate. Has it sunk in yet?
Oh, not fully, I don't think, but we're definitely happy, and the way everyone's reacted to it all has been pretty humbling, really. So we're really happy.
Awesome, good stuff. Of course, this is our winner of the New Zealand Superstock Champs, current 1NZ. And did you go on to do the Grand Prix and the rest of them?
Yeah, so we went over to Greymouth and had a run over there, and I think we finished 4th in the end, which was good. It was a cool little meeting, and they ran a good meeting over there at Greymouth, and then you headed to the GP, had a bit of bad luck there, got turned around first 2 races in the finals in the first corner, but No, it was all right. We kind of went down there to win the New Zealand's, and we managed to do that. It would have been cool to carry on in Nelson, but it wasn't to be. But yeah, no, we left the South Island really happy.
Awesome. Now, what I meant to say before, he's our New Zealand champion, but he's also our North Island champion, and if he wins this weekend, he'll get the Grand Slam. How are you feeling about that?
Oh, mate, you can't think they're too that far ahead, eh? Like, first heat, I'm on grid 10, you know, so at the moment I'm just worried about getting through the first corner, but if I can have a couple of good heats tonight and put myself in with a shot of qualifying, I'll be really happy, yeah.
And we also found out on through the media after you won the New Zealand Superstock champs that you're not a bad rugby player either.
Yeah, I play a bit of footy, yeah. had a few years now for Hawke's Bay and played over nearly 40 games for them. So, yeah, no, I love my footy, but and that's my income kind of thing, you know, so...
That pays for the racing.
Yeah, that comes first, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm lucky that I got mum and dad to help out with the racing. They're a huge part of the racing, and without them, there's no way I'll be doing it, that's for sure.
Now, there's a small roundabout for those from the Hawke's Bay. There's a roundabout just south of Hastings, and it had a little sign poked on it saying, this is 1NZ, J-Lo country. How did that make you feel, mate?
Yeah, well, it's actually funny you say that because I missed it. No. Yeah, so we come in and it was getting on. We'd travelled all day and I missed it, but I got home and my brother goes, have you seen the sign? So I shot back out. It was not too far out there. So I shot back out and got a photo with my trophy and by the sign. But it just happened that it was Mike Mack that put it there. So yeah, I'm pretty lucky. Mike's pretty supportive of me and my rugby, and he's always in the stand screaming out my name, and he's obviously follows my speedway pretty closely. Sometimes I'm pushing him. He's on the brakes, but you know, he's yeah, that sort of stuff's really cool. So yeah, awesome.
Of course, it's been a massive couple of weeks for you down south and just beginning up here. You couldn't do it without all of your sponsors and the people that look after you, the people who help you. Who would you like to say thanks to?
Yeah, it's been a massive couple of weeks. We had mum and dad, obviously, my partner Amanda. We had Aaron and Aussie come down south. Unfortunately, Aaron couldn't be here tonight, but my brothers stepped in, and my brother's a massive part of my racing. Yeah, Ron Groom, he's really helpful and managed to help get us down south, which is really cool. Yeah, I could go on. I got the Moulton family have helped me over the years with mini stock racing. All my sponsors, and yeah, the list goes on. I could be here all night really.
All right, thank you very much for your time. Current 1NZ, Jason Long, hoping to make it a Grand Slam this weekend. Best of luck. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, no, thank you very much.
Heat number 1 for the Technical Welding Services World 240s. Red Group about to get underway. Wayne Hemi here, you can see him. He's one to look out for. He's won it once before. He was runner-up last year. Aidan Eustace is 97H alongside him. Matty Wise is in there. There's a whole heap of cars in here and only one can win it. Heat number 1. Make sure you stay tuned to the Pits TV.
And this is just one group, so the quality is just oozing out of these class
and Wayne Hemi.
Yep. Yeah, so you got Hemi, Joblin, Benston and Steiner.
Yes.
So there's your 4. We talk about the mini stocks. No former mini stock driver has won this World 240s. The mini stocks in Paradise event that we hold here at Paradise Valley, that we get close to 200 mini stocks for that. That's a big one to win. Dylan Towler down there in the number 96 car from Bay Park. He's won mini stocks in Paradise twice. Still kind of struggling to come to grips with the Superstock, but he's certainly going to be one to watch across the course of this weekend.
Chuck in there though, what about stock cars? You've got a Gaskin in the 22 that's X1NZ stock car.
Yep.
Just something else.
And we've got the current 1NZ stock car out there too, Asher Rees in 126. Sorry, Ethan is the current. Ash has been 1NZ as well.
This must be the easy group.
I tell you what, with all those we've just mentioned though, there's been a lot of wraps on this season. Be interested to keep an eye on them in this heat from grid 16, Benji Snedden and the 471P.
Yeah.
A lot of people saying how well he's been going this season in that car.
He got second at the North Island Champs in Wellington, so he is going to be one to watch. Remember, top 4 only. 12 laps. This is qualifying race number 1 for Red Group, the World 240s. It is about to hit. Here we go, race fans. Listen to the rumble of all of those V8s taking off and into the first turn. It's Aiden Eustace who gets turned around. Wayne Hemi's getting turned around as well. So look at Rees, just nips up the inside. Mark Costello's the other one through there too. Good recovery from Wayne Hemi. Even though he got spun up there, he's managed to come out of that in 5th place. Bryce Steiner in the 118. He's up towards the front as well. Scott Joblin gets caught up down the flank, and Blair Eulenberg in 28S gets spun up, parked up in the concrete wall in turn 3, but he gets it spun around, gets it pointing the right way. So a bit of action and carnage over the opening lap of this Red Group race. 126, Asher Rees leads 98M and Mark Costello. Lance Ellsworth 77, Clive Stanaway 62, and once again a good recovery there for Wayne Hemi in the 591, last year's 3rd place getter in the World 240s. So we've got problems down there for the 84 car of Mike McLaughlin. Come to a stop in the concrete, just coming off turn 4 and onto the pit straight.
Came out of the corner, dropped thumb downs pretty quick, and now the car's restarted. Couldn't get it going, and just straight away thumbs down, something wrong. Now it started for him and he's driven off.
No, really disappointing for the drivers, when that happens, when you've had that build up. So, man, lots of stuff happening. That just shows you what it's going to be on this very tight Paradise Valley circuit. You've got to keep that car pointing forward, otherwise you're in a whole lot of trouble over that opening lap. So we saw it in turn number 1 and we saw it in turn number 3. So on our TWS replay, Blair Eulenberg just got the car just crossed up a little bit too much, and then as soon as he was pointing out towards the concrete wall, the other cars that were coming in behind him had nowhere to go. They just went straight back through him. He seemed to avoid everything down the main straight, got up through the narrow low line of the track, but then as he came back across, just got caught out a wee bit. So the restart, good restart from Wayne Hemi, the Master Blaster, in the 591, up into 4th spot. So real tight at the front. You talked about Benji Sned and Barry Brown in the 471. He is making good progress through the pack at the moment. Here comes Matty Wise though in the 136. He puts the bumper into Snedden, and then Snedden puts the bumper into Bengston. They both pick up a couple of spots.
Yeah, Bengston come from grid 17 and Benji Snedden from 16. So those two making a lot of ground early in heat 1.
As the race continues, they're up onto back markers now. Nick Fowler, he has had a bad start to this one in the 66 car, so already he is a lap down. As we look at the 126 car out of Christchurch, Asher Rees continuing to lead this race and looks to put a little bit of a gap between himself and the 98 car of Mark Costello. So it's still 126 who is your race leader. There's a great battle going, couple of great battles going on around the place. Wayne Hemi not being afraid to use his bumper this weekend. He does actually really go well here at Paradise Valley. Didn't have the best of runs in the South Island Tour as Ellsworth drifts wide in the green number 77. So the 591 now moves up into 3rd spot. I can't believe Wayne Hemi. Oh, we got Dylan Towler and Richard Gaskin have come together down in turn number 3 and 4. They are both mobile again, the 96 and the 22. So they're away and moving once again as Towler at 96 backs it up towards the concrete wall, tries to get out of the way of the race leaders who are coming through now. I've got to say, yeah, Wayne Hemi, he's looking good tonight. Just tended to overdrive it a wee bit in Christchurch, but looking good here now as he closes the gap on the 98 car of Mark Costello. Costello's drifting wide. Hemi's racing a good line. He moves up into 2nd spot now. So it's still the 126 of Asher Rees who continues to lead, negotiating the traffic well as we've gone 8 laps in this opening Superstock race of the weekend. The TWS World 240s are on and on at the moment. 126, 591. Wayne Hemi, he just gets tangled there a little bit, does Hemi, in with some of those back markers as Costello in the 98 moves back up into 2nd spot. Lance Ellsworth gets involved as well. The 58 car of Peter Bengston, former champion, he spun up down the main straight, so that's dropped him right off the pace for Peter Bengston. He was running up in 8th place, and he's going to drop down to maybe around about 11th or 12th. No, 14th place for Bengston, so a big drop for him. Great battle still raging between 591 and 77, but here comes Bryce Steiner in the 118. He's been raving on social media about how happy he is with the 118 car after a great run in Huntley last weekend, and he's certainly showing some form on the last lap as he moves up into 3rd, and just like that, the race is done. Asher Rees will take the win. Scott Joblin's cruising around on the concrete wall, so he's going to drop a whole lot of spots there as well. Owen Steiner, a lot of smoke coming from the 118, but it is just a tyre rubbing on the wheel guard. He was so aggressive over the last couple of laps, Bryce Steiner, and really started to turn it on. Asher Rees takes the win. Wayne Hemi, 591 in second spot. 118, Bryce Steiner in third.
Down here with the 126C, that is Asher Rees, mate. You started fifth, you come away with a win in some very hot conditions. Good racing.
No, cheers for that. It was very hot and it is very challenging out there.
How was the racing from your point of view? Obviously, biff and bash, first heat of the night.
Yeah, definitely a bit of biff and bash, a bit of excitement going into that first corner, obviously. It is one of those tracks that's trying as well as it is rewarding, but you do have to push yourself.
Hey, where are you starting for the next one?
Start grid 17 in the next one.
What do you expect from that?
Hopefully we can just push forward without damaging tyres or anything, and we should be away with some good, more good points.
Awesome, all right, thanks for your time. Best of luck for the rest of the night.
No, cheers, thank you.
Who else we got in this field? 32P, Graham Barr, the second most podiumed driver in Superstock history when it comes to the major events. New Zealand's the Grand Prix, the North Islands and the World 240s. He's been on the podium 13 times. Only one driver in front of him, one Shane Penn. So to be second to Shane Penn, not too bad. Here we go. Quick look at the field here. Heath Lockhead, 24R, will start on pole. 10M, Gavin McClinchy on the outside. It's another classy looking lineup here, Barry.
Yeah, it certainly is, Paul. It's, I mean, there's some real pace in the race. Obviously, with the likes of David Ellsworth, we see Bevan Humphrey out there with a P back on the car. Lance Ashton's certainly been showing a heap of pace this year. Shane Davis, up-and-comers like Keegan Levine.
We've just noticed grid 16, Robbie Maybe is missing. Here we go, green flag drops on green group, heat number 1. Jordan Deere tries to get it nice down low in the 581 and almost gets it crossed up. We've got the 47 car already up to the concrete wall. Zach Lenny is going to drop down. Oh, so Jordan Deere's gone around, so is David Ellsworth. You just cannot afford that. And this early in the race, and the way they've dropped back, that is going to be a big ask to make it back now. Tyson Wood in the 717 spins around. Hayden Chapman, 247 out of Auckland, has gone around, but he recovers at least a little bit quickly. Race leader, the 24, Heath Lockhead. So there was just a little bit of water that went on the track before the race, and it has caught a lot of people out front. 66, Randall Tarrant is your race leader. Came here to Paradise Valley earlier on this season. Tried to dial the car in. Looking good at the moment. Gavin McClinchy, 10 out of Bay Park, is running in second. Right out, Caelan Clark, his bonnet's come up. And you can't see where you're going when that happens, and that's going to force a red light, I'm sure, with the 98 car sitting out there in the concrete. So we are still running though. Randall Tarrant, 66, your race leader from McClinchy. Alex Hill, he's one of the new stars, one of the new breed out of the South Island. The 95 car is running in third spot. So Clark's managed to, did he manage to push the bonnet down by himself?
It's come back up again anyway, so he'll be heading for the infield now.
Okay, so he hit reverse and pulled it down. Well, that's a talking to for the crew, I'm sure, with some bonnet pins not being put on the car. So Clark is out. 66. Randall Tarrant continues to lead. He's going to come up on the 24 car, who is so loose at the moment. Heath Lockhead, he spun up right in front of the leaders. So 66, 10. Now 37 is getting in on the game. Ken Hunter is up there. We've got a change at the front as McClinchy in the 10 car gets to the lead ahead of Randall Tarrant. Tarrant puts the bumper in, tries to force him wide to get up the inside. Hunter's right there. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all running bumper to bumper. Lance Ashton in 23. He knows this track better than any of these guys out the front at the moment, and he's just moved up now into fourth spot. Hot off the back of a good run in Nelson at the New Zealand Grand Prix. Top 10 finish for the number 23. So it's still the 10 who is your race leader, Gavin McClinchy from Randall Tarrant. Now Alex Hill gets up into second spot. 971, Jaden Ward.
Flat tyre on Ward's car, flat tyre.
He is one who you would have wanted in the finals tomorrow night, or you probably would have picked to be in the finals. Oh, Hunter, real loose. So the second and third place getters at the moment, 10 and 95, have it coming together. It is a big battle out there at the front, but at the moment, 66, Randall Tarrant's got a good little buffer as he heads into the mountain turn. Then it's 95, 10, although Hill runs wide. Oh, flat tyre for the 23, is it? Lala Ashton, disappointment for one of the big local hopes. As the 54 of Bevan Humphrey ends up in the concrete wall. White flag out, 1 to go. Nick Valance has all of a sudden turned into one of the front runners. So here comes the 66 car out of Hawke's Bay. Randall Tarrant will take the checkered flag, followed by 10, Gavin McClinchy, and the 37 of Ken Hunter. We'll let them slow that pace down and give you the results. Wow. So, a couple falling by the wayside in that one. Local hope Lance Ashton with tyre issues. Jaden Ward out of Christchurch in the Malcolm Nartai Suck It Up team. Flat tyre for him. So, Randall Tarrant was first, Gavin McClinchy, 10M in second, then 37R Ken Hunter, 45R Nick Valance was fourth, then 95N Alex Hill, he finished in 5th place.
All right, down here with current 2NZ, Peter Rees. Great first heat coming up. How are you feeling?
Oh, pretty good actually. I've been there for 3 years though.
You've done it plenty of times, so no nerves?
I always got nerves. I'd be lying if I said no.
So you're in the yellow group tonight. Who do you see as your biggest threat? Oh, sorry, blue group. Who do you see as your biggest threat?
Well, half that field is just as fast as us, so plus there's a couple of less experienced guys in there, so that could be a threat, you know.
Absolutely, and of course, like I say, you've done it plenty of times before. Where are you starting and what's your tactic?
Oh, I'm grid 7, pretty much get around that first corner and then go from there, I think.
Absolutely, wise words from a wise man, our current 2NZ, Peter Rees. Best of luck tonight.
Yeah, thanks, boss.
Thank you.
Out here in this one, we got again, a whole lot of class. 19C, Malcolm Nartai. We had a quick interview with him earlier on. Doesn't have a lot of luck here at Paradise Valley, but a former New Zealand champion. So we'll see how he goes. We've got the former Grand Prix champion, Thomas Stanaway, which of course he won that New Zealand Grand Prix championship here at Paradise Valley last season. So he knows how to win here. A lot of the finalists from the New Zealand championships recently. Of course, we see their fallback on the inside, the 2NZ of Peter Rees. When it comes to stock car racing, what a career he has had. He's the current 2NZ, he's a former 1NZ, he's a former 240s champion. He was it 5 or 6? 5 times?
5, I think.
He won the New Zealand Stock Car Championships as well. Of course, nowadays all the Rees family are just focusing on the Superstocks. So it's Ryan Hunt on the outside of the front row. He's one who's who's in line for a wee bit of luck in the Superstock class. All right, blue group. Orange flag disappears in the starter's hands. 12 exciting laps. Let's see what happens. Oh, we've had a false start. False start. We shall pull them back. Another former New Zealand stock car champion, Alan McRobbie, the number 10 down there. Here we go. Let's go racing. Dan Holland very quickly tries to get down low. He's going to overcook it a little bit though, as he is. Round he goes. Peter Rees just charges through. Dykstra's in the concrete wall. Dale Stewart's gone in over there. So is the number 12 of Glenn Clark. So a couple of the locals caught up in the very first corner. Round goes Ashton as well in the 21. So it is Levine in 46. Followed by Ryan Hunt in 29. Peter Rees, the 2NZ. Then Rebecca Barr. Here comes Groomy. Adam Groom in the number 9 tries to charge his way through. Rees gets caught, the 2NZ. He gets a tap on the side with the 21. That sends him out into the concrete wall. And he hasn't got the number. Now he's got it refired. Stanaway's gone around to the 87 onto the grass as he gets caught up down the pit straight, so he's going to drop off the pace now. Ryan Hunt's gone around. So important to just keep that car pointing forward. 46W is your race leader. Followed by 81, Damien Orr, Rebecca Barr, 34, then the 26, then the 67 of Richard Hart. Now he's made some good ground. Here comes Malcolm Nartai. Another big charge through the field. Jamie Hemi in the 5.71. A finalist at the Grand Prix in Nelson last week. He's made a big move already from grid 22 up to 7th place for Jamie Hemi in the 5.71. So Peter Rees has got a bit of smoke coming. He's got some damage there in the back end of the number 2 NZ car. He's going to have to fly. Now, just one little error can prove so costly. Oh, Adam Groom, the 9B, he's got a flat tyre. You see him just limping around the outside of turn number 2.
Rees' tyre's gone. His tyre's just blowing on Rees.
Oh, so the 2 is gone as well. 98 is up in the wall. Quentin Butcher. As William Hart puts a big tap onto Malcolm Nartai, the former 1NZ, tries to force the 19 wide. So 46 is still your race leader. This is the younger of the Levine brothers, Ethan Levine, in the 46. Ahead of the 81, Damien Orr running in second spot. Rebecca Barr is in third in the 34. Mitch Vickery in the 26 is in fourth place. Then we go back to Malcolm Nartai and William Hart. So Groom still continuing to struggle. Rees still making some good speed actually with the 2NZ car, but obviously nowhere near what he would be hoping to be making as this race continues. Heat number 1 for Blue Group. We've gone 8 laps in this 12-lapper, and the race leader up and amongst some back markers now, including the 2NZ car. Gets up the inside of him. 46, still your race leader, ahead of 81. Oh, round goes the 46, so Damien Orr goes to the lead. The Ashton car hard into the concrete. The wing falls off the 21. As Levine fails to get the car refired, he led most of this race. And now he's going to drop down almost a lap. Oh, Dale Stewart and Dan Holland tangle. So Stewart hard out into the concrete wall in the number 94. So the lights have gone red. Lights are red. We've got debris on the track. The wing is on the track.
The white flag is out as well. So just looking at how far away the race leader was.
So Damien Orr has done half a lap past the finish line. So in theory, he has finished the race. So you've actually got, so 81 is your race leader. As the crash crew go down, they pick up the wing of the 21 car. And you've got Dan Holland sitting backwards in the concrete. He had a bit coming together with Dale Stewart in the 94. So we've got 81, 34, 26, 67 and 19 who have all actually done their 12 laps.
Yeah, I think the white flag stayed out probably because they were trying to get the red flag out at the same time. And not enough hands to get the checkered out as well.
So now it's going to be really interesting to see what happens here. Are we going to have a 13-lap race?
Yes.
Because in essence, 5 drivers have finished. You race to the checkered flag. So here we go. Let's watch those positions. Barr, Vickery, Hart and Nartai. Well, there could be a whole lot of positions changed. Really, could it there? So here we go. Jamie Hemi has just lost a spot. So Orr, Barr, Vickery. Oh, see, this is going to be interesting because our electronic lap scoring is stopped at the 12.
Down here with the 81R, that is Damien Orr, mate. Hometown hero for a bit there. You won a race from 11th as well, might I add. Well done.
Yeah, it was one of those races that I thought it was going to be wet at the start, but then all of a sudden it was dry, and it was like, oh yeah, we might have a bit of a run here, and yeah, we come through with the goods.
Some really hard racing out there, of course. It is the 240s, so no holds barred. How was it from your point of view?
Yeah, it's hard racing, eh? We've got all of the top drivers here, there's no doubt about that, and to come off with a bit of a win in the first one, hey, it puts us up there, but hey, we've still got 2 to go, and it's pretty much a destruction derby for the next 2, isn't it? So, hey, let's just get into it.
That's the one. And just tell us how it feels winning a race at this event at home soil. It must feel great.
Oh, it's absolutely bloody huge, actually. Yeah, hey, yeah, to do it in front of a crowd that what we've got now, if I could do it tomorrow night, I'll have a smile even bigger than what I got now, eh?
All right, thank you very much for your time. Best of luck for the rest of the night.
Yeah, cool, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, the biggest moves were AJ Axtons and Jamie Hemi.
He was 7th, I think.
Hemi was 7th, so he was plus 15 in that case. I think we're plus 15 on Axton as well. The winner, Damien Orr, was plus 10 from grid 11 to first. So, yeah, we'll wait till those results come through. Just harking back to our first group, the red group. Yeah, Steiny from 19th to 3rd, plus 16. We had plus 13. Didn't actually notice that one. James Kirk, 331G from 20 grid 22 to 9th. And Benji Snedden, yeah, 16th up to 6th, so plus 10. And Shay Hamling, also you mentioned just before the meeting, 21 to 11th, so he was also plus 10. Nick Fowler from grid 9 to 20th. And Aidan Eustace from that pole position back to 12th, so they both minus 11. So, yeah, you could just about say their chances are done.
A lot of cars, Brownie, coming from down the back in the heats. Haven't seen this for a little while. Dale Robinson, he's down the tail end. I have expectations on him and Adam Joplin at 18. If it's all going well to plan, they should be up the front and the pointy end by the time we get to the end.
Well, they can often get there by the time they get to the end of the back straight the first time. So with the problems, a lot of these cars are having round turns 1 and 2 on lap 1.
Right, 5 back on the outside row. Your new New Zealand champion, Jason Long, in the 1NZ. Former New Zealand champ, Jared Wade, a couple ahead of him. This is yellow group, our 4th and final group. Qualifying heat number 1, another 12 laps in the starters' hands. Here we go at Paradise Valley, with Grendon Beasley on the outside of local runner Stephen Flower on the front row, but it's Rees who's going to jump up to the front and lead it through. No, it's not. It's Hunter who manages to get through. Scott McEwen and Matt Hand have it coming together, 25 and 68. The 58 car out of Christchurch, a little bit out of control and drops down towards the back. Zach Lawrence also seems to have some problems in the number 22. This is a quick pace, and we've got the first one to touch the concrete, and up and over for Flower. We got the first rollover of the night. The lights will go red. I think, yes, they will. Took a wee while. So lights will go red, so that was the first big kind of cruncher into the concrete.
Keep back from the fence, people. It's on fire. Please keep back from the fence.
Yeah, it is on fire, so do stay back, please, kids. As I say, one of the newbies into the Superstock class, but keen as he did the big trip to the South Island. So as we check out the replay on the live stream, thanks to TWS, it was Grendon Beasley and also Jason Long, and there's one other car that was in there as well that they all just went into that corner very, very quick. And Flower just really had nowhere to go. Scott Myers was the other one involved. They just kind of got 3 wide. It was Beasley and Long, and the 2 Rees chassis kind of came together, and as they connected, they both kind of lost control a wee bit, and then both went out wide, and Sinclair was in the wrong spot, wrong time. Now parked up on the infield, DNF in the starter's hands, wait for the restart. Red lights go out, we go green. And racing again here, Dale Robinson gets the 89 car, back pointing the right way. So Rees, still your leader. Scott Myers, 36. A little bit of a dice there with the current 1NZ of Jason Long. Of course, he's had that title now for 2 weeks. He's going to get turned. A little half turn there for Jason Long, as Myers got the bumper in there just slightly. So Long's dropped a couple of spots. Zach Lawrence in the 21 is going to limp off to the infield. So Rees looking comfy out the front at the moment as Hunter just runs it a little bit wide, gets a big push on the car, and Myers up the inside. Moore makes the move as well, the number 7 car out of Huntley. Here comes Adam Joplin in 62. Round goes Kerry Remnant in the 19. Big spin down there in the mountain turn. Loses a few spots, but quickly gains some momentum once again to get back onto race pace. Zach Lawrence, unfortunate for the likeable Hawke's Bay racer. Onto the infield he goes in the number 22. Now Grendon Beasley's going to get turned around. Quinn Ryan gets caught up there. Boy, he needs some luck, does Quinn Ryan. 77 Scott Penn, right on the tail of Bundy. Brett Hislop as they make their way down the main straight. We've got a big exhaust fire from the 31 car of Grendon Beasley. He's desperately trying to get that car fired up. just a bit of an exhaust fire, nothing to stress about at the moment, but there is a lot of fuel coming out of those pipes. As we turn our attention back onto the race at the front of the field, looking for our race leader down the pit straight into turn number 1, 127, followed by 88, the 58 who was a lap down. Now we go red.
Yeah, I think in the end, I'm not sure whether he set fire to the grass or possibly one of his rear tyres. So looked like in the end it was that much fuel had run out. Something else did catch fire, so they had to rush in there and extinguish it.
Well, see, that's now outside assistance, so he's got it fired up, so he can't run back there.
Yeah, it was going up inside the cabin. The flames were going back inside from this side a little bit, so it's a fine line between an exhaust flame and fuel just pouring out of an exhaust pipe.
Yeah, we're looking at some replays now, and it is. And you actually see Brendan Beasley actually looked sideways. He did see it come up there, so
because it was coming out of both sides at times too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Okay, so he's now been pulled in field. Right. So again, race leader this time. Where is he? We are down. Okay, just coming into the pit straight. 127, Ethan Rees is your race leader. From 36, Scott Myers. 62, Adam Joblin is there in third spot. And then we go back to the 1NZ of Jason Long, who is a long way back. The front three, he got a jump. So it is, how's these for family names, eh? Rees, Myers, Joblin and Long, your front four. As Joblin now moves into second spot ahead of Myers, who gives the 62 a big heave-ho. See, that's what the bumpers are for. And there's not many better exponents of it than Scotty Myers. A couple of years out of the full-time race seat, of course, driving the 36 car of Jake Baker. As he comes up behind Christchurch visitor Matt Hand, his first time up here in the North Island. White flag out, 1 to go for the 127. Down the main straight for Ethan Rees. First time we've seen Ethan at this World 240s for the last 2 or 3 years, and he will take the checkered flag in the race win. Emulate his brother's feats from earlier on. 36, Scotty Myers will come home in second spot. We'll give them a chance to cool down, then we'll run through that top 10 for you. As the 62 car again goes hard out into the concrete wall, and I think that race has come to an end just in time for the 62 of Adam Joblin. He managed third spot.
Did he? I thought he went back 4 or 5 because he lost it with about half a lap to go and got passed by 2 or 3, I think.
Sorry, my apologies. Yes, 62p home in 5th place. He did lose a couple.
He lost it just as he came out of corner 2.
Down here with the 127, that is Ethan Rees. Great to grab a race win at an event like this.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's definitely good to get the first one out of the bag and, get a win out of it, so it's good.
Awesome. What was the racing like out there, mate?
Oh, it's hard and fast. I could see the back guys coming, so I thought I'd better hurry up and get into it, But no, it's cool. It's good track, I love it.
Awesome, fantastic. Of course, you've won the first heat. Where are you starting for the next one?
I believe it's grid 14 and then grid 18 for the last one, so a bit of work to do, but hopefully just cruise around and get under the radar.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your time. The 127, Ethan Rees. Best of luck for the rest of the night.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, another 12 laps coming at us.
Just a quick update from Jared Wade. I caught up with him just briefly then. He said the car's just not hauling. He said there's something still wrong in that carburation.
Well, the New Zealand champ Jared Wade, of course, we might see him out there later on with our own Barry Brown, the 2-seater. So, once again, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wherever you have travelled to today or over the last couple of days to Paradise Valley from around the country. Welcome. A special shout out to our visitors from overseas and to those watching through the Pits TV. Hope you're enjoying the live coverage tonight of the TWS World 240s. Red Group qualifying heat number 2. Let's do it. The roar of the Superstocks taking off. Peter Bengston, 2-time winner, leads them around. Shea Handling gets crunched up into the concrete with a bit of help from James Kirk, who was one of the big movers in the opening heat. Round goes Dylan Towler, Wayne Hemmy's in there, and James Kirk gets caught in there as well. Lance Ellsworth in 77 gets tangled up too, down in the south turn on the opening lap. So a few kind of falling away and getting caught up. Out front though, no issues for Peter Bengston. 58 is your race leader from Benji Sneddon. It's Des Curry in the 106 who's stranded down in turn 4. Blake Dykstra in 5 is also sitting on the infield. Race 1 winner Asher Rees in 126. He starts making a move through the field. He started on grid 17 and is already up inside the top 7. Make that now 5th place is Jason Brown at 19. He was sitting so pretty too, and he made some moves in the opening heat. Not big moves, but moves nonetheless. And he spins it up, and he's going to lose a whole lot of spots. Nick Fowler just struggling a little bit in the 66. He goes wide here after a bit of a tangle with Wayne Heavy Matty Wise in 136, a former go-kart star. Made a pretty quick impression in the Superstocks in the number 136. Good looking car in the dark and lime green. Out front though, 58. Oh, we've got Shea Hamling sitting down in the turn 3 concrete wall. Looks as though he's got some front end damage down there in the number 6. Now he's mobile, just a flat tyre it is. That's why the car's sitting down. So 58. Into turn 3, your race leader, 58, 471. Oh, 58, Bengston's gone wide. Is he punctured? Or did he just get that one wrong? He just got that one all wrong, the 2-time champ. So Benji Sneddon takes the lead now in 471. Richard Gaskin, he's hauling in the number 22. Former NZ Street Stock champion, former NZ Stock Car champion. He runs in 3rd spot. Then it's Bryce Steiner at 118. And then Heat 1 winner, the 1-2. Oh, Steiner gets it wrong in the 118 car. Has to almost bring it to a standstill in turn 3 and 4. So that's allowed Asher Rees now through into 3rd spot. Sorry, make that 4th spot. Benji Sneddon still out in the lead. Dylan Towler spins it up in front of Benji Sneddon. So the race leader had to slow it up, and that's given Peter Bengston the chance to close the gap. He put the bumper on, tried to force him wide. Lovely racing here in the front. Sneddon 471 this time. Hedras wide, so Bengston runs up the inside, up over the wheel, forces Sneddon out to the concrete wall, keeps the pace on though. Now, Bengston's going to get it wrong again. He's struggling a little bit in turn 4, the number 58. White flag out. Here we go. Watch Bengston again. Oh, Peter Bengston just overcooks at that time, and he almost spins it up completely. He's going to drop a number of spots. Oh, as he takes Steiner to the wall, we've got a wheel off, and it gets a big punch as well from Matty Wise. Steiner, can he get the car around to the finish? Oh, he's going to get turned around there. Now he got turned around after the red light, did Bryce Steiner.
Peter Bengston with the bumper.
Yeah.
Straight into Stein, he's ripped the front wheel clean off.
Yeah, but the wheel came off.
That was Peter Bengston, he just served it up.
Yeah, we saw it. But he's done over half a lap since then.
Yeah.
So
it's just been overturned. He's given them the thumbs up, but he's still facing in the wrong direction. Yeah. Unless he wants the hook reverse, of course. That may be the easiest way of getting it across the line.
So he certainly dropped a whole lot of spots. Well, will do. The race is over. Of course, checkered flag is out. The race was won by Benji Sneddon at 471, sitting down there, just coming onto the straight. Like Steiny, man, he went hard into the concrete wall. He beat the tyre down there, though. We're about to go green again for the remainder of this race. So there we go. Yep, Steiny's going to hook reverse.
And Bengston doesn't move.
Oh! Peter Bengston, has he crossed the line? No, he hasn't. Now he will. Now he will. Peter Bengston will cross the line, but boy, that one would have hurt.
And Steiny's got to cross in reverse.
Peter Bengston, just looking at the ELS, Peter Bengston has crossed. Has anybody actually gone and checked on him? Man, that was a big hit.
Down here with a 471P, Benji Sneddon, mate, great opening account for you.
Yeah, we had a good first heat, managed to sort of stay out of trouble, get through on that first corner and get a few sneaky positions. So, and then in the next heat, we end up coming away with the win. So, yeah, keep it clean for the last one. And
fantastic. That second heat there, you had a pretty hard battle with Peter Bengston. He looked like he was getting in the way a little bit.
Yeah. He likes to sort of, when you pass him, he wants to get it back, so which is fair game, and it's good racing with him. But a spun-up car sort of held me up and managed him to get back on my bumper again, and it's all game on. So, but we came away with the win, so we're wrapped with that.
Awesome. What's your plan for the next one?
Usually the plan in the last one of the qualifying is to sort of keep it clean and just sort of get it home. But with the top 4 out of a 23 car heat, it's all on. You've got to go for it. So just gonna get to the front.
Heat 1 winner was, of course, 66B Randall Tarrant, the sky blue car. We see him sitting on the inside row. Grid number 5 is empty, so Robbie maybe didn't start the first heat, so obviously some major issues there for the 33R car. Pole position in this one is 247 Hayden Chapman out of Auckland. Grid number 2 down to the other end of the island, Keegan Levine. 5W is on the outside of the front row. He is, of course, the current 2NZ in the stock car class. Scott Redfern, Caelan Clark on row 2. This is Green Group, heat number 2, qualifying for the World 240s, and we're underway. The roar of the V8s as these 1,500 kilo machines take off around Paradise Valley. Hard and fast into turn number 3. And problems again for the 47 of Zach Glennie. Didn't have a good first heat either. Out front though, 5 is your race leader, Keegan Levine. From 247, Hayden Chapman. Look at this. You mentioned the word angry, Minty. This is angry into turn number 3 and 4. Jaden Ward though, he is racing. And he is racy, we know that. This is a quality car here too that he's behind the wheel of, part of that's the ex-Malcolm Nartai car. He sits now in 4th spot behind Jordan Deere, 581. They throw it into the corner. Great battle there for 3rd, but Hayden Chapman right on the tail of Levine. Oh, Alex Hill from Nelson. Great opening heat for him, and he's got steering issues. Oh, the outside front just seemed to have completely locked up on him. So he was lucky to be able to get it onto the infield in the 95 car from Nelson. So disappointment for him. The 98 from Rotorua, Caelan Clark on the infield again as well. But this is a couple of great battles here. Levine and Chapman at the front, 5 and 247. Then look at these two young guns going at it. 581 Jordan Deere and 971 Jaden Ward. Two guys have done plenty of racing together over the years and going hard and fast in this battle for 3rd place. Of course, Jordan Deere last week at Nelson finished 3rd in the New Zealand Grand Prix, one of the Grand Slam meetings for the Superstocks. Of course, before that, the week before, he had to relinquish one of his little numbers. Of course, he's been the 3NZ and 2NZ over the years, Jordan Deere. So he's running 3rd place in this one at 581. Tight battle down the back as Scott Redfern just overcooks it. So the 96 spins up onto the infield. So a pretty wild bunch of race cars heading up into turn 1 and 2 now. Out front though, Jaden Ward, maybe this time can he get Jordan Deere? No, he can't. This side-by-side battle, what an epic race between these two. Oh, round goes Heat 1 winner Randall Tarrant gets spun up. Tyson Wootton goes around 2 in 717. So Tarrant will need to get it re-fired up. Tyson Wootton hasn't moved in the 717 as he comes onto the pit straight. Oh, there we go. There is payback. That is payback from 2 weeks ago in Christchurch as Ken Hunter goes to the infield. So Hayden Chapman, he's done well. He's still come out in second spot. The Auckland racer too. Oh no, sorry, that's Graham Barr. So is Barr up there or is he a lap down? No, I think he's moved up into second. So Hayden Chapman has still actually recovered relatively well. A couple of weeks ago, he put the hit on Jaden Ward in Christchurch, and that is instant payback. As the checkered flag falls, all action here at TWS Paradise Valley Speedway. Keegan Levine takes the race win, start to finish. Wow. Great stuff. Keegan Levine, great run out the front in the 5W. He will take the win. Jordan Deere ends up in second spot, 581p. Then 32p, Graham Barr in third. Hayden Chapman was running in second when he took that big hit from Jaden Ward. So he still recovered well for fourth place.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Down here with the 5W, Keegan Levine, a winner tonight. Hard racing out there, mate.
Yeah, no, it was good to get a win in the second heat. Running on 6 cylinders in the first heat, so we struggled a bit, but we managed to find 2 more. And I mean, off 2, you've got to win it. And yeah, we got that job done. So 1 more to go.
Some pretty hard racing out there, as we mentioned just before. We're starting for the last one.
Grid 19, so we've got a bit of work for us. So I mean, we'll just go hard, and what'll be will be.
Go hard or go home.
Exactly. We're not.
Thank you very much for your time, Keegan Levine. Best of luck for the last one.
Sweet as, cheers, mate.
Minty, you're back out there on the infield. You've been for a bit of a wander in the pits. What's going on down there?
Yeah, look, just been down the Bingston car that has got a real diff problem in that vehicle. A lot more damage, and talking to some of the drivers, the big thing they're saying is, man, these hits are harder than they've hit before. They really are driving into each other with some solidarity, I think the word is. Jamie Hemi, I had to talk to him. He's smiling from ear to ear. He is loving this. He just drove a blinder. Looks behind 29, Ryan Hunt on the grid behind it. Grid 15, we may well be missing Brendan Ashton. That's for a radiator. That car was overheating. Of course, the wing fell off as well, but that car got very hot. They were ripping the radiator out. They were going to real struggle to get it back in, and that grid position at the moment is empty because of that. Other than that, just lots of little damage. Tyres, bumpers, things getting bent and hit, and drivers shaken up. It really has given some of these guys a bit of a rattle because they are hitting exceptionally hard.
Yeah, and yeah, lots of bumper work going in. Mitch Vickery sits on pole for this heat. Race 1 winner Damien Orr, way back down on grid 22.
I don't think that's a bad spot to be on this time, just to be honest, with what's been going on in the first corner and the carnage and all the craziness. I don't think it's going to change this time through. These guys are going hard. They want this more than I think. They want that title to go to, they want to go for a trip. They want to say, I won the World 240s, because it's a rarity to do it.
Well, Mitch Vickery got 9 passes in the first heat, so starting from the front, a win here would go down quite nicely.
Certainly will. In the starter's hands, Vickery and Groom on the front row, Nartai and Roygard on row 2, those 2 gorge chassis side by side. Here we go. Blue group, heat 2. Just kind of tiptoe through turn 1 and 2 for the first time. Nartai gets his nose in front as he just kind of forces Vickery wide. Adam Groom from that front row start, sitting up there in third spot. Jamie Hemi, big mover in the opening heat, just gets it a little bit crossed up, coming down the main straight in the 971. I think Minty used the word earlier on, angry, and it just is out there on this tight Paradise Valley circuit. Thomas Stanaway looks to put a bit of space between himself and some of that charging group. Peter Rees at 2NZ, obviously he's got some big ground that he needs to make up, likewise with Dale Stewart. See, this is what you're starting to see now too. Drivers who had a bad first heat are just that little bit more desperate now to make up passes and to make it count. Jamie Hemi gets caught up. Race 1 winner, Damien Orr, 81, threads the needle into turn number 3 he goes. Struggling a little bit, but no struggle out front. Malcolm, oh, we got one turn around. Dan Holland into the concrete wall in turn number 4, courtesy of the 28 of Ricky Dykstra. AJ Axton's one of the big movers from heat 1 too. He's onto the infield. He got 19 is your race leader, Malcolm Nartai, followed by 26, Mitch Vickery. Then it is 9B, Adam Groom. 10R, Alan McRobbie is the next one there. So Malcolm Nartai, look at the way that car is bouncing. He's got so much drive out there. That inside front is lifting as he comes through the corners. He has got that car hauling at the moment. Of course, disappointment for the former New Zealand champion 2 weeks ago on his home track in Christchurch in the New Zealand Championship, which is where he won his title. Failed to qualify, had a really bad night at the office. Oh, and a bad night at the office there for Zat. Trying to pick up who that is in the bouncing along the concrete wall. Quinton Butcher, 98, he went in real hard coming off turn 2 and is limping along the wall. He's got some major steering damage. He's not going to go anywhere from there, so that's a dangerous spot. So I'm sure we will see the lights go red if he can't get it out of there. A little bit of dust starting to come up off this track now as these cars really go hard and fast. Jamie Hemming throws a few sparks, and a change at the front as Mitch Vickery, 26, moves his way through to the lead. Adam Groom getting right up now on Nartai. Red flags are out. Has Nartai got a popped inside rear?
I think he might have. It certainly looked like
Nartai's lost the wheel. Right rear, left rear on Nartai. He's lost the wheel. It's going flat, and that's why he's gone back last 2.
Yeah, I thought it looked like that coming off turn 4 that last time through, just as Vickery put the inside pass on.
So Quinton Butcher is who the stoppage is for. He went into that concrete wall coming off turn 2 pretty hard.
Peter Rees, Minty mentioned being on a mission. He's gone from grid 18 to 8 so far, up 10 places, because in Heat 1 he went from grid 7 to 17, so effectively he's back to 0.
So good start from the race leader, Mitch Vickery, the 26 car. So Nartai just limping. He's going backwards now. He looked to still have plenty of pace early on. He'll be like Peter Rees in that last race. He's not going to go nowhere. White flag out, 1 to go. But Nartai certainly dropping back. Oh, we've got a tangle up down there. Who's that? It's Hart and Stewart had a big tangle. Round goes Dan Holland, the 555, but across the checkered flag, Mitch Vickery will take the race win. Adam Groom home in second, then Alan McRobbie to round out the top 3. So the car's still going hard. That's what you see nowadays. More often than not, they tend to make sure they've added another lap, just in case. So let's look at that top 10 and confirm it for you. Unofficially, 26S Mitch Vickery in first, 9B Adam Groom second, 10R Alan McRobbie third, then 87B Thomas Stanaway, 2NZ Peter Rees rounded out the top 5. We then went 94R Dale Stewart, 67R Richard Hart, 19C Matt Nartai, 46W Ethan Levine, and in 10th place, 81R Damien Orr. Here we go. No mucking around as we now get set for, where are we now? This is Yellow Group, is it? So much going on with the number 7 car of Dave Moore on pole. So we'll come back, we'll do more analysis real soon. Yellow Group now. A couple of empty grids down here. Grid 5 is empty. Zach Lawrence here, so we saw him have some issues there in the first heat. He pulled off, so he's missing. The rest looks okay. Heat 1 winner was 127G Ethan Rees. He starts 14 on the outside row. This is heat number 2, qualifying for Yellow Group. In the starter's hat, we've got a bit of movement on the outside row. Here we go though. Yellow Group is underway. Dave Moore from the front. He had a great third placing up from grid 10 in the opening heat. Crunch, we've got cars climbing the concrete, we've got cars sideways, cars up on other cars. That's Brendan Beasley, who's right up over the top of Dale Robertson. We had Quinn Ryan stuck down in the concrete wall. Jared Wade was caught up in amongst that. Who else was involved? The 10P car of Brett Hislop. So Dale Robertson and Brendan Beasley parked up on the infield. So their race is done. Man, there was cars going everywhere in that one. Race leader still Dave Moore. And the number 7 car from pole position. He's running ahead of Scott Penn in 77, then Kerry Remnant in 19, who gets a big bunt from Jeremy Sinclair. The car we saw roll over in the opening heat. Good to see him back out there. Adam Joblin running up in 4th place at the moment. Wow, plenty going on here at the TWS World Invitation Superstock Championships as Kerry Remnant, former GP champion, does battle with another former GP champion, Adam Joblin, 62 and 19. Back, oh, we got Flower and Hunter tangled up on the infield now, the 2 Rotorua cars. There is just stuff happening everywhere. Every race tonight, it is all go. Hope you're enjoying it, race fans, as Dave Moore will be loving this. Out the front at the moment in the number 7. Down the main straight he goes, into the south bend as he tries to look up the inside of the Flower car. But he's got Adam Joblin closing in on him real fast as Scott Penn gets it crossed up in the 77 and also gets tangled in there. The 1NZ of Jason Long. But very quickly, we got the car heading for the concrete barriers. So close, the 77. Almost hit the concrete on the infield. We haven't had that happen yet with our new safety barriers. Still made the guys inside kind of move backwards and out of the way. Change at the front as Joblin looks up the inside. Makes the pass just as they're coming into turn 3. 62, Adam Joblin continues to lead this race, of course. Runs it a little bit wide that time. Not building a big lead here, but just holding on as he needs to do. Of course, up until a couple of weeks ago, he had the number 2 on the side of his car. He was the 2NZ. Back to his regular 62. For the first time in 3 years, because the year before he was running as number 3 in Z. We got Matt Hand from Christchurch stuck in the middle of the track in turn 4. All the cars having to choose high or low. High or low now. Hand goes down, manages to get himself out of the road just in front of Lionel Hemming in the 79. So out front, Kerry Remnant now has moved up into 2nd spot ahead of Dave Moore, who's just drifted a wee bit wide. He's lost a lot of spots as Ethan Rees in the 127 Heat 1 winner all of a sudden picks up a handful of spots into the last lap. The white flag is out. Here is your race leader, round onto the pit straight, and a little bit of a sandwich down to the checkered flag, but the 62 of Adam Joblin will pick up the win. In another full-on Superstock qualifying race for Yellow Group. Right as the revs come down, top 10 unofficially, 62p. Adam Joblin was your race winner. 19M, Kerry Remnant in 2nd place. 127, Ethan Rees in 3rd. 4th, 7H, Dave Moore. 5th place, Scott Myers in the 36p. Had a good race, didn't even mention his name, but man, what a drive he had. And the 1NZ, Jason Long, was 6th. We then went 79R, Lionel Hemming. 15A, Carl Pegg, 46B, Quinn Ryan, and in 10th place, 85K, Jared Wade. Good recovery from Jared Wade because he was one of those ones caught up in that incident down there where we still see Brendan Beasley's 31 and the 89 of Dale Robertson all locked up together.
62p, that is Adam Joblin, mate. Great to get a heat win off your chest.
Yeah, definitely. We started off grid 7 in that one, so pretty fortunate we had a spare gap in front of us off the grid there, and was able to get a good jump and you know, keep away from a lot of the carnage out the back, and yeah, had a good clean run to the end.
Absolutely, there's plenty happening out there at the moment. We were talking just before we got on camera there, guys, that he's the only Joblin boy not to win the World 240s. He's got a heat win. You can tell he's a little bit annoyed me mentioning it, but how does that take a bit of pressure off, or how does it make you feel?
Like you said, you know, this is probably, to qualify tonight is probably harder than New Zealand's. You know, New Zealand was top 6 from your group. Tonight it's the top 4, so, you know, it's, you know, the quality of the field out there, you know, it's a testament to all the other guys, and you know, everyone's got to be on the A game. You can't even afford a half spin in these heat races, because more than likely it'll cost you at the end of the night.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for your time, and best of luck for your last heat, and hopefully we get through for tomorrow night.
Yeah, cheers, thank you.
Hey, here we go, red group. So we've got...
Peter Bingston hasn't made it out. That dip is gone.
Okay. So the former champion, two-time champion, is missing. Leading on points in this one is 126C Asher Rees, like his brother. Leading into the last heat, Wayne Hemi, Benji Sneddon, and Mark Costello are your top 4 going into this one. Also right there, though, the 136 of Matty Wise, 77 Lance Ellsworth, 62 Clive Stanaway. Those still kind of in with a little bit of a sniff and a chance of qualifying. Remember, just the top 4. If we end up with drivers who are tied on points and we can't separate 4th and 5th, we cannot have 4th equals. We will need some runoffs tonight. So stand by for that. Carl Hawkins from the UK is on pole position. Blake Dykstra on the outside of the front row. Red group, do or die, heat 3, here we go. So Eddie Dodson a little bit slow off the mark, but Benji Sneddon, man, like a wizard. He jumped up the inside of Dodson, and he's moved up through the pack big time in a hurry. As Bryce Steiner, he's got the 118 car repaired, but he gets a big smack up the backside from the 126 of Asher Rees. Oh, hard into the concrete. Who's that? Is that Hawkins? He just went straight ahead. Yeah, I think it is the Hawkins car. As the 2 Bay Park cars, Dykstra and Towler, have a tussle at the front of the field, and here comes Benji Sneddon. He'll sneak up the inside here and look for the race lead from grid 15, and he's there. Benji Sneddon to the lead within 2.5 laps from grid 15.
Yeah, I think Hawkins went straight ahead with a lot of help from James Kirk, actually, so...
So they thunder around Paradise Valley, and Blair Eulenberg's going to get turned around, and boy, he's going to get hit there, I'm sure. Yes, Nick Fowler in there, I think it was. Boy, out front though, Benji Sneddon looking fast. Nick Fowler's up there in 3rd spot.
Just noticed the first couple of laps too, Paul Wayne Hemi off grid 20 just hung back and kept out of trouble, sitting 2nd on points at the moment. And he's made the most of other people's problems on the way through.
Yeah, driving a smart race. Right on his tail at the moment, though, is the 84 car of Mike McLaughlin. Out front, Benji Sneddon is your race leader. Lance Ellsworth, he's making some good moves. The 77R car, he was up there on points. We'll be able to give you some unofficial top 4s as soon as this race is over. So Carl Hawkins still sitting in the concrete wall. Officials have obviously decided, no, that's a safe enough spot. If another car's going to hit him, they're not travelling at pace through there. Nick Fowler sits in 2nd. Asher Rees, 126 in 3rd. So remember, he was leading on points going into this heat, sitting up there in 3rd place. It's going to be looking pretty good for the Christchurch racer in 126. So Wayne Hemi slowly just kind of picking his way through the field. Oh, here we go, Mike McLaughlin. He's gone into block mode, the 84, and he's put the block on Benji Sneddon. So Nick Fowler goes to the lead now. Sneddon tries to have a look around the outside, and he's going to get through there. That's a little bit of help there from Dylan Towler. He was lucky there, Benji Sneddon. Oh, and who's that who spun up? somebody spun up there as they were looking to get through the inside of Mike McLaughlin as well. So Mike Mack doing what he knows best. Of course, remember he didn't finish the first heat, didn't make it out for the second. So why the heck not have a bit of fun here in the last one? Now he's going to take Aidan Eustace to the concrete wall. Down the main straight into turn number 3 and 4. He's all over the 97. He was up on the grass there, so he just had to pull out of that for a moment. And again, they are still battling now. Eustace takes him onto the grass. So good little battle going on there. Out front, though, the race leader looking for the 126 car. The white flag is out. 1 to go. Down the main straight. 126. Asher Rees is your race leader. Nick Fowler sitting there in second spot with Lance Ellsworth in third. They are racing hard. Big dive from Mark Costello. Looks up the inside of Matty Wise into the turn. Oh, as Ellsworth gets caught up there with James Kirk. We've got Des Curry and Shay Hambling caught up down in the last turn as well. Wow. There is no holds barred going on out there tonight in this qualifying. So as we take a look, of course, we'll have a quick look here at the positions and then the unofficial top 4. Well, of course, no, actually, let's worry about the top 4 because that's what it's about. Unofficially,
Asher Rees will be on top with 77.
Asher Rees on 77. Then we've got Benji Snedden on 71. Then we go back to Wayne Hemme on 74. 64. Mark Costello on 63. Now, Mark Costello put that big hit and pass on Matty Wise in the last lap. Matty Wise has finished on 61 points. So if Costello didn't make that pass, Wise would have been on 62, Costello would have been on 62. Classic stock car racing, using that bumper, and so important. Mark Costello, that just proves it right there, how important it is. Minty, wow.
Yeah, well, look, we've only seen him for one race, but bring back Mac in the 84 tank. I'll have him all day long, thanks, sir.
Yeah, he knows how to serve it up, eh? So, again, unofficially, Asher Rees, 126C, 471P, Benji Snedden, 591P, Wayne Hemme, and 98M, Mark Costello. Those are your top 4. Then just missing out, 61 points, Matty Wise. Also on 61, Lance Ellsworth. Just missed out. He was looking pretty quick out there as well. So remember those points for those drivers who miss out. The more points you earn tonight, the further towards the front you're going to be in the repechage.
Yes. So it's all important, isn't it?
Yeah.
The points in each individual group don't matter. You've just got to be in the top 4 in your group. But to get further up in that repechage, the more the better. Asher Rees, 2 firsts and a second, 77 points from a possible 78.
You know, and we talk about we talked about how classy all of these fields are, and that just says it all, just how classy this young driver is. And again, mini stocks. I remember Asher Rees coming to the very first mini stocks in Paradise event, and you see this with a few of them actually, and he just kind of came along a little bit shy and just kind of, for want of a better word, putted his way around the track. Certainly doesn't do that anymore.
I just can't believe how fast it is out, Paul. This is insanely fast out here.
Right, green group.
13 and 15 will be empty, I think. Caelan Clark and Robbie Maybe, he's been out all night. Caelan Clark as well hasn't made the grid by the looks of it.
Okay, Graham Barr sits on 45 points. He's one behind Keegan Levine on 46. Then we've got Jordan Dare on 42. In the 581, 10M, Gavin McGlinchey. He's been looking pretty good tonight. He is on 40 points. Randall Tarrant, 39. Nick Valance, 39. He's been... Nick Valance, he's been quiet, but, you know, a quiet achiever tonight on 39, sitting up on grid 6. Another point back to Shane Davis, 7W on grid 8. Again, you know, this group here is kind of still wide open.
Ken Hunter missing too. Ken Hunter missing as well.
Yeah, the points are a lot more shared round with, the leads on points quite a lot lower than some of the other groups with 50 and 51, not in this group.
Green group, heat number 3, qualifying for the World 240. Sean McKenzie out of Huntley on pole. Lala Ashton outside him. And Jaden Ward sitting there on grid 3. So we saw Jaden racing hard and then put in a big hard hit too in heat number 2. As the 4 car gets all crossed up in front of Jordan Deere. Deere luckily through that one and managed to correct the number 4 car as well. So out front it is Deere, Valance, Ashton. Then we go to Ellsworth. Then, it's got one crossed up down there. Zach Glennie's not had a good night, going backwards down the straight. Oh, Graham Barr's caught up on top of the Scott Redfern car. Will they get themselves disengaged? Yes, they will. Graham Barr, well, he's going to have to make a big comeback here now. This was for Graham Barr, his front grid.
Yes, he's lost a lot of ground there, Graham Barr.
So out front, it is still Jaden Ward, 9.71. Of course, now I think after that, the red steam, well, not so much the red steam, but the disappointment of the opening heat for Jaden Ward, he suddenly kind of realised, well, actually, hold on, if I can still go out and earn some points, I could make that second tier championship, or even the repechage. Round goes Nick Valance, little half spin in the 45 car. Is he going to pull it? Oh, he's got a back tyre issue. Oh, and he's going to head to the infield. Outside rear makes it that much harder. Oh, we got one stranded across the track. The Auckland car of Stacey Macken. Did he get hit there or did he find reverse? I think we might have to go red here if he stays stranded there as the race leader goes by him. They all know he's there. Oh, they'll have to, a fellow Aucklander, Hayden Chapman, had to go hard on the brakes to avoid him. No, we will go red.
Yeah, I noticed the cars that came closest to hit him there were fellow Auckland club mates.
Just one of the things which has certainly been a topic of conversation over recent times has been how long it takes these drivers to stop when the red lights come on. I actually think they're a lot better this year. Now, if you're unaware, the drivers now all run a one-way radio system where the referee is actually in the ear of all the drivers. So the referee can now give the drivers a warning that they're about to go red. Talking to some of the referees, they also make them aware of cars on the track. It has been known as well. Stranded car turn 3, so they are feeding that kind of information to the drivers.
What they call is going red, going red, going red, red.
Yeah.
So they give 3 calls. Yeah,
and then they count. And then what I'm also led to believe, and this was discussed at drivers' briefing tonight, they give the drivers 5 seconds to stop. Because you can't just, you do actually see this, and I think you talked about it earlier on, Minty, with, I think it was Jared Wade. When you go hard on the brakes, the car does spin because there's different brake biases set up on the cars, so that when you do go hard on the brakes, it kind of flicks the car to the left to get into the corner when you're braking for the corners. So if all of a sudden you go hard on the brake down the straight, you're going to spin your car around. So what they do, they tell the drivers we're going red, the lights go red, and then the referees have got to give them about 5 seconds to slow the pace down, and they all are tending to do that together now. It's only those who you see kind of who do tend to miss the fact that it has gone red, gaining a little bit. So it hasn't been too bad. Right, race leader is the 9.71 of Jaden Ward, partway down the main straight. Right in behind him is the number 87 of David Ellsworth, and then 23R Lance Ashton. So they're coming up on the back marker of Zach Glennie. He's had a shocker of a night, has Glennie, another one of these great second generation races. And we've got a car stranded across the track again. It's the number 4 of Sean McKenzie, almost in the exact same spot as the, now he's got reverse. Randall Tarrant, Heat 1 winner, just had to avoid him as he managed to get himself backwards off the track. 7 laps gone. Jaden Ward, fastest man on the track, 16.82 at the moment. Up and amongst the back markers in the traffic now as Hayden Chapman has got some issues. That's the Auckland car, the blue one, 247, flat outside front, makes it so much harder to get around the corners when it's an outside tyre. Once again, we'll give you the unofficial top 4 as the race completes. Big bang, I think that was from the Tyson Wooten car as he went past us at race control. That was a big bang. So it's still 9.71. Who is your race leader? Onto the pit straight. He's got a back marker between himself and David Ellsworth and the 87 who's in second spot. Lance Ashton in third, Jordan Deere fourth. Jaden Ward in the 971 will take the race win. Got a bit of a hole opening up, just coming off turn 4 onto the pit straight.
So it takes Ward up to 55 points, but whether that'll be enough?
No, it won't. Well, let's take a look here. So we have Keegan Levine on 67 points. Then Jordan Deere on 65. Then Graham Barr on 62. And Shane Davis on 60.
Asher Rees, mate, 2 out of 3 tonight, so I'd say you've safely made it through.
Yeah, no, we definitely safely made it through, so we're pretty happy. We've come a long way for this, and we've been having a stellar season so far, so no, we're happy.
Awesome, and you came from a wee way back. You started 18th in that heat and won it. That must feel pretty good.
No, we're definitely stoked for that. We've had a few back grids, and we've managed to make our places up, so no, we're happy.
Fantastic, and of course Jaden Ward was just out there, 971C. He's got a win as well. Now it's all up to Malcolm to work some magic, and then it'll be wins for the Suck It Up boys.
Yeah, hopefully Malcolm can. Jaden's had a bit of a bad night, just tangled up in everyone's drama, so hey, that's racing, and yeah, hopefully Malcolm can pull a win, and then we've all got one.
Great. And obviously you started a wee way back, you had to work your way through. How was the racing from your point of view? How was the track?
Track was beautiful. Stan and Sonia, another great job on it. Was trying in some races, but really good in others, so no, I'm happy.
Of course, you couldn't do it without all of your sponsors. Who looks after you?
We got Suck It Up, we got Sharky's Fabrication, Braden Lennon Designs, InView Print, Seascape and Plumbing, and Rattler Motorsport. He's a big one, he helps out a lot. We got Rees Race Cars, they own a majority of the car, including the engine, so that's a big bonus for me and helps me out majorly. And yeah, anyone else on there that I've forgotten, they do everything.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your time. Put a blanket over it, put it on the trailer, and we'll see you back tomorrow. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
The cars to spread out a wee bit and then just started picking them off.
That's right, around the first corner he just dropped back, and however slow the second to last car was going, he went slightly slower.
Yep.
So I
reckon Vickery will take the same.
Experience. Vickery hasn't got the same amount of experience, but yeah, certainly once again he's in the ideal position to be able to do that. I think the safest place to be at the moment probably is the back row.
Malcolm Nartai, 19C, former New Zealand champion, never won this World 240s. Won heat number 2, he was flying. He is 2 points off the pace. Watch the 19C car try and make his way through from the back. Jamie Hemme and Damien Orr on the front row. Here we go. It is Blue Group qualifying heat number 3, and we are racing here at TWS Paradise Valley Speedway. Damien Orr got a great start in the number 81 car, and he's going to pull away nicely. And yeah, Vickery's, he's just kind of hung back there again. And there's a big punch into the turn number 3 and 4, and we've got a couple going around there. Dykstra's gone around. Exton's has gone around. Who's this being taken to the wall? This looks intentional, is it? Quentin Butcher is stopping. Oh no, they're locked together. And that is Hart. He was in the top 4. He was looking good for a final spot. And they just tangled up.
Richard Hart's second equal on points, and he's stuck in the wall in turn 1.
Thomas Stanaway's had a great start from grid 11. He is up battling with Jamie Hemme for second spot right now. So these two, Jamie Hemme and Thomas Stanaway, they're in the hunt together. But Stanaway going to get a bit of an advantage here as Damien Orr leads them away and continues running strong. He's going to have his hands full with some back markers real soon as Mitch Vickery.
Richard Hart's got away from where he's held against the concrete, but yeah, he's lost a lap or 2.
Yeah, he has. It's disappointing for Hart. He qualified in the North Island Champs in Wellington in early December and was looking on for this one here too. He slots in behind Peter Rees, but of course a lap down. Malcolm Nartai there as well. What a lineup of Superstock races we've got here at TWS Paradise Valley Speedway this weekend. There we go. Was that the number 12? Glenn Clark. He looked to have a couple of big pokes at Mitch Vickery as the points leader went past. So remember, 26S. He's the guy that was leading on points going into this race. No longer is that the case. Damien Orr is your points leader now. And Mitch Vickery, he's going to have to pick up another couple of spots. Can't hang around the back there for too long. Can't tiptoe too easy as the 38 car of Ross Ashby has a couple of comings together. Slows them off the pace a wee bit. Horse in the top gear car this year as opposed to the tank that we've been used to seeing Ross Ashby in over the last few years in the Superstock racing here at TWS Paradise Valley Speedway. 81R, Damien Orr is your race leader. 87B, Thomas Stanaway is in second. 571, Jamie Hemme. Then 94R, Dale Stewart are the way they are running at the front of the pack at the moment. Just looking as far as points go, Mitch Vickery's looking comfortable now. Alan McRobbie needs to pick up a couple. Malcolm Nartai, he's got himself into the top 4 now. The 19 car is absolutely flying up into 6th place. Talked about him just before the start of the race from grid 17. He sits in behind the 2NZ. Good car to be shadowing, no doubt about that, as Dykstra continues to limp around the racetrack. The laps are ticking by, 9 gone, 3 more to go, as Damien Orr in the 81 comes up on some back markers now. And good move there from Damien Orr. He made the right choice. He had to come right off the gas though, and it's opened a window here for Thomas Stanaway with the white flag out and 1 to go. I think we've gotten the white flag a lap early. Damien Orr will lead them around. Turn 3 and 4 for the last time. 1 spins up down in turn 2. Won't affect the leaders though, as Damien Orr takes the checkered flag. Thomas Stanaway will come home in second. As the pace slows, and we'll look to confirm, make it unofficial. Okay, unofficially, we're going to have the 81R, Damien Orr, takes the race win, his second win of the night, and he will finish on 69 points. Also on 69 points, 26S, Mitch Vickery. Then we go to the 87 of Thomas Stanaway on 64, and 19C, Malcolm Nartai on 62.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, I've got the 81R, Damien Orr, hometown hero at this stage, mate. 2 out of 3, that's must feel good.
Yeah, it feels good, mate, and like I said earlier, to do it in front of a crowd like that, you know, it is awesome. But yeah, tomorrow night, hopefully I can pull off the same and come away with a podium, but I don't want to get rid of all my luck just yet.
Absolutely. Of course, pretty hard, fast track out there. How is the racing from your point of view, mate?
Yeah, it's hard and fast, but like I said earlier, you just got to go slow, wait your time, be safe, you know, and take it when it comes, you know. But yeah, hey, it is hard and fast because there is the best here, like I said. Yeah.
Absolutely, of course. You brought a decent crew with you as well. Of course, you couldn't do it without your sponsors. Who are they?
Link ECU, Repair Services, Goodrick Contracting, Townley Electrical, whoever else is on the car. Everyone knows the car race, so they all know my sponsors.
Awesome. All right, thanks for your time, mate. We'll catch up with you tomorrow. Best of luck.
Yeah, no, awesome. Cheers.
Cheers.
Green group has just come through, so we will get to that shortly as we now turn our attention to yellow group. So at this stage, the 3 groups we've had no ties for 4th place. So no need for runoffs yet.
Grid 1 is empty. Dale Robinson, of course, still in the pit, so grid 1 is empty.
So outside will be Christchurch newcomer Matthew Hands, who will be on the outside of the front row. His first venture up here to the World 240s. Nice to have him here, and great to see some of these new names coming through. Disappointing for Alex Hill out of Nelson. He's been looking real quick this year. So yellow group, this is, where are we, race 21 of 23 tonight.
Missing 22B, Zach Lawrence, 63R Flower, the 89 of Robinson, the 38 of Hunter, and 1 more car. No, we're all good.
We're all good, okay. Thank you for those updates from the infield, Minty. Here we go, yellow group in the starters' hands, heat 3, and we are go. So look for the New Zealand champion Jason Long to try and make a big move here from grid 4. He's in the middle of a 3-wide sandwich into the final turn. He's the last one onto the brakes though, into the corner. He gets the Rees race car settled down and drops into second spot. In behind Matt Nielsen. He's been another good find this year. Oh, Kerry Remnant out of control down the main straight. Gets the 19R, 19M back under control though. And then it's tangled up with Flower. Brendan Beasley as well with some issues in the 31 down towards the back. But out front, here we go. It's still Long. Nielsen, then Long, Hunter and Joblin. Oh, Flower's in the wall. The 63 car, they all managed to avoid him. Can he hook reverse? It doesn't look like he can find a reverse. Now he's got it. Gets himself mobile again. Is he on a steering mission, the 63?
He seems to be. Kerry Remnant was his first target, but I suspect there might be more.
So Nielsen's going to come up behind him, nips down the inside. Jason Long is a little bit nervous about going down the inside. Makes the move now though.
No, outside the top 4 on points going into this heat, Jason Long, so he knows he needs a good result.
And that good result is coming for him if he can hold this spot at the moment. Matt Nielsen is your race leader in 147. Not showing up. He's not showing up on our ELS, which is a little bit all over the place at the moment. So race leader 147 followed by 193 and 62. Down into the mountain turn they go. Then it's back to Quinn Ryan in 46 and 127. The Ethan Rees car.
Flower now seems to have found a new interest in Ethan Rees, but whether he's going to be able to keep the pace or not, I'm not sure.
Yeah, she's big asked to try and keep pace with the... Look at that. Ethan Rees, he's certainly been one of the quick cars out there tonight. White flag is out. There is one to go. Whoa. Big bit of dirt just went flying over our control tower. So Matt Nielsen, good run from the Bay Park driver. Will take first place. So it's 147.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, down here with the 147M, Matt Nielsen, mate. This is your first ever World 240s. You come away with a heat win. That must feel pretty good.
Yeah, pretty stoked, eh? Still trying to find the grips of the car. I think we found them tonight, so yeah, good, hopefully good luck for tomorrow night.
Awesome, of course. Pretty hard racing out there. What was it like from your point of view?
Not too bad. Track was really good tonight. Sort of try to keep it clean. And yeah, just keep the nose clean and just go hard, eh?
And that's the way. Have you managed to have a look at the results? Are you in for tomorrow?
Not quite sure yet. They're not out just yet. But yeah, fingers crossed. So.
Of course, you couldn't do it without all of your sponsors and your crew and all that. Who would you like to say thanks to?
Yeah, so first of all, Mum and Dad. Couldn't do it without them. Paul Gibson, ASF Engineering, Page McRae Engineering, Pertec, Jensen Steel, and yeah, everyone that's helped out on the car. Yeah, can't do it without them.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Night number 1 for the Technical Welding Services World 240s out of the way. We've found our qualifiers. They will be released on the Rotorua Stock Club Facebook page to confirm that. We'll go over everything tomorrow night when we get set for night number 2 of the TWS World 240s. From myself, the whole Pits TV team here at Technical Welding Services Paradise Valley Speedway, I'm Billy Hickey. Good night. Welcome back to TWS Paradise Valley Speedway, ladies and gentlemen. Finals night of the Technical Welding Services World 240s here in Rotorua. Last night was absolutely action-packed. Fantastic night of racing. We hope you tuned in, but this is where it's at. Finals night is the biggest one of them all. Let's go through our qualifiers for tonight. Remember, there is a repechage, so there is a chance for some drivers. 3 drivers, I believe, that will make it through to the finals. We'll go through our our qualifiers. 1NZ Jason Long, he qualified, a fantastic display of driving last night. He will start off of grid number 11. 3NZ Simon Joblin is your pre-qualifier. He won the 248s down at Palmerston North not so long ago, so he didn't have to do a heck of a lot of driving last night. He just had to go out there and get a bit of practice in. He's a very experienced campaigner. He's going for 3 World 240 titles in a row, the first person to ever do that. Can he do it? You'll have to stay tuned. Next up, Keegan Levine. He came away with a win. He'll be starting 16th in the first heat tonight. He's a very formidable driver. He knows how to hit and he knows how to drive. Current 2NZ stock car driver, might I add, as well. Shane Davis, 7W, quiet night for him, but he's qualified. He'll be starting from grid 19. We go back to the 19C, Malcolm Natai. He'll be starting in 7th place from heat number 1. Of course, Asher Rees, the 126C, came away with 2 out of 3 wins in his group last night. He'll be racing here tonight as well. Mitch Vickery, the 26S, he'll be starting from 14th. He's just behind us here. We'll hopefully have a catch up with him very soon, but he's a very quick driver, very hard hitter. He's one to look out for. 2 South Island cars in this one, the 19C, Malcolm Natai, and Asher Rees, the 126C. Asher Rees, incidentally, will be starting from 6th place in the first heat. Remember, it's all staggered through heat number 1, 2 and 3, so keep an eye out for that one. Ben Riley, the 422GB racing William Humphreys, former 1NZ car this weekend. He'll be starting from grid number 1, so he's one of 5 UK drivers over, so keep an eye out for him. He'll be starting off grid 1. Jordan Dare and Wayne Hemi, the 581P and the 591P, made it through last night. Jordan Dare will be starting off grid number 26 and Wayne Hemi off of 15 for the first heat respectively. Incidentally, Jamie Hemi, the 571P last night, had a fantastic drive. I was talking to Wayne last night before we closed off of qualifying night. He said that he had a fantastic night, some amazing racing, went from, I believe it was 22nd to 7th, I think, in one of his heats as well. Unfortunately overcooked it in the second heat and was bouncing along on a broken shock, but fantastic to see. Keep an eye out for the Waynemans as well. Frankie Wayneman Jr. and Wayman Jr. Junior starting 21st and Junior Journey starting 23rd, so keep an eye out for those guys. So we'll come along for a pit walk, ladies and gentlemen. Down here we've got our 1NZ behind us, so follow me. The beautiful Superstock Championship trophy on the bonnet there. Jason, you've qualified for the World 240s, one step closer to the Grand Slam.
Oh yeah, it's probably still again a long way away yet, isn't it? But I've won titles I never dreamt of winning, so yeah, to even think about doing that's pretty hard to even think about. So yeah, no, we'll be right. We're grid 11 for the first race, so we'll try to get around that first corner and see how we go.
Of course, turn 1 is very tight here at Rotorua. 26, 28 cars, 29 cars piling into there. It's going to be very hectic.
Oh yeah, it's a different story. Finals night, like last night, we obviously had I had a mix of cars. You know, we had first season drivers, we had a lot of drivers with a lot of experience. But now there's obviously 26 cars that want to win a World 240s title, and you can win it and lose it in the first corner quite easily. So yeah, everyone's going to be pushing hard, but it's going to be a lot of luck tonight that's going to get you through.
Absolutely, it's always luck in Superstock racing. Of course, you've got the 1NZ on the side of the car. Do you think that makes yourself a bit of a target?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell, mate. You kind of hope that it doesn't, but at the end of the day, no one's going to give you an inch either way, I don't think. And yeah, I guess you probably got a few expectations and all that sort of thing, but you know, I'll just get out there and give my best shot, like I always try to. Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. Well, best of luck tonight. Where are you starting for the first one?
Yeah, grid 11 for the first one, then 24, then 6, I'm pretty sure. So get through that first one, hopefully, and then got a whole lot of work to do on the second one if I want to give myself a chance. But yeah, we'll get through the first one first, and then we'll see how we go after that.
No rest for the wicked. Best of luck tonight, Jason Long.
Yeah, thank you very much.
On the line now, we have 23 finalists. We have 3 more to find. Look at that 85k just coming out the gate. Former New Zealand champion Jared Wade. Car looks good. He's got a whole lot of different kits actually in the Wade racing team.
Yeah, 4 different bodies I think. So
this is the first time I've seen this one that's on. Yeah,
different colour to last night, isn't it? So
yes, it is.
Yeah, this is the Ingham body.
This first corner could have an awful lot to do with who finishes up 1, 2, 3 at the end.
All right, I don't think anybody could successfully pick the 3 finalists.
No, certainly
from this race.
You can't win it on the first lap, but you can lose it on the first lap, that's for sure.
Righty-ho. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to TWS Paradise Valley Speedway. To those watching our live stream through the Pits TV from around the country and around the world, the engines are about to roar. There is nothing like hearing a full field of Superstocks taking off at Paradise Valley, especially when there's so much on the line. This is not the main event yet, but it is so close to it. Every single driver in this field wants to be part of the main game tonight. They are aiming to become a world champion. Only 3 of them will take that next step. Who will it be? 12 laps time, we will finish up our World 240s field. Good luck to all the drivers. Buckle up, race fans. Green flag is about to drop. The World 240s repechages go. Let's see what happens through turn 1, 2 and 3 on the opening lap. So here we go, there's the big push. Remnant's into the concrete wall. Jaden Ward tries to fight his way around. Randall Tarrant gets a good run. Remnant off onto the infield, so is Randall Tarrant. The 2 sky blue cars are gone. McClinchy sideways, he's holding up James Kirk and Rebecca Barr. So we've got a few down, dropping towards the back. Jamie Hemmy's gone right down towards the back. Matty Wise was the race leader, and he spins himself up as he gets crossed up. But Dave Moore kind of helps him out. Now, David Ellsworth's in blocking mode in the 87. Who's he after? Running right out wide. Oh, Matty Wise gets a big hit from Dave Moore, and that was McRobbie who was up the concrete wall.
That was payback for Matty Wise putting Moore on the wall.
So here comes Clive Stanaway. He's starting to make his way through. Look at the 93 of Gary Hunter. He started right at the back on grid 27. He's now right up towards the front. The race is absolutely erupting here at TWS Paradise Valley Speedway in this opening heat of the night. So Quinn Ryan in the 46 car is your race leader, and lights have gone red. Lights are red, so the drivers will come to a stop. Wow, Barry.
Just going back to that second lap there, yeah, I know you turned around, just saw Matty Wise spinning up. He'd actually just put Dave Moore into the wall to take the lead, but got a little bit crossed up in front of him and finished up spinning into the concrete himself. And I think Dave Moore, after that, only had eyes for one person. That was Matty Wise. The 136 is now on the infield. Which is interesting, really. Like that. Hey, don't get me wrong. He's still right up there, Dave Moore. But, you know, he could have done some damage to himself. Yes. When he's still up there towards the pointy end of the field.
I don't
But hey,
think so.
that's what the bumpers are for.
Yeah, well, I think Matty Wise, Matty, I think, was going to try and do the spin, crash, dive through on the inside, and he really nailed him hard. So it just became a war then. There was no way they were going to go racing. They were just hit each other.
All right, Hayden Chapman
Cut it out.
in the 247 car. He's the one who the officials are getting off the racetrack. Gavin McClinchy in the 10 car seems to be okay after his pretty wild. Oh, Dave Moore. See, there we go. Damage on the infield. We are 3 laps into this. Here we go. So much already on the racetrack. So Quinn Ryan didn't have a lot of luck last night in the 46 car, but he is your race leader. Round through turn 4 he goes. Jamie Hebe gets spun up in the 571, keeps his foot on the loud pedal, gets it back pointing in the right direction relatively quickly. Still 46, 147. Jamie Hemme just gets a little bit of a tangle there with Clive Stanaway and Jaden Ward. So the 62 runs wide, the local. So the Christchurch car, the 971, moves now up into that all-important 3rd place. Remember, not just about winning. 1st, 2nd and 3rd make the finals of the World 240s. Problems for the 118. The Rotorua car of Bryce Steiner. So the locals falling by the wayside in this one. Still 46 Quinn Ryan, 147 Matt Nielsen, and 971 of Jaden Ward. Oh, Peter Reeves.
Ellsworth spun him. Ellsworth got him.
David Ellsworth in the 87 got the number 2. So that took Reeves out of the equation. Lance Ellsworth gets put into he goes straight ahead into the concrete wall. So we've got Clive Stanaway in the 62. He's running hard. Jared Wade is right on his tail as well, though. Quinn Ryan now the race leader in amongst some back markers. A couple of the Palmy cars there. Bevan Humphrey in 54 and the 67 of Hart. Oh, and Humphrey and Hart come together. It just causes a little bit of a slowdown there for Matt Nielsen. So Quinn Ryan through on the back markers. Well, now here we go, Bryce Steiner. So Steiner knows he's out of the running. Who's he going to help out? Obviously his Rotorua clubmates. Who's he going to go after? He leaves Quinn Ryan alone. Matt Nielsen goes through. Steiner's right out wide, so he's not going to have any impact on the race leaders here. As Stanaway's dropped back off the pace a wee bit, so Jared Wade is now up into 4th place. Stanaway dropping back to 5th. Steiner is still circulating. We've got Lance Ellsworth and James Kirk down to the concrete wall. Oh, a lot of smoke from the 62. Clive Stanaway. That doesn't look good in the 62. So he's in field. Nick Fowler's got some issues. Lance Ellsworth in the 77 takes James Kirk onto the field, and James Kirk's decided that's it. White flag out. Quinn Ryan in 1st. 147 Matt Nielsen in 2nd. Then it's 971 Jaden Ward. Will we be adding a B, a W and a C to the finals field? Here we go. Quinn Ryan comes around in 1st. We still think Matt Nielsen 2nd in the 147. Jaden Ward 971 will finish in 3rd. And Jared Wade will come home in 3rd place. So just checking our lap scoring here. Matt Nielsen on the ELS is registering only 8 laps. He certainly did more than 8 laps. So unofficially, we're fairly comfortable in here that he finished in 2nd place. So 46B, Quinn Ryan from grid 7 will finish in 1st. Matt Nielsen from the front row in 2nd place, and the 971C of Jaden Ward from grid 14 will be 3rd. Jared Wade 25th up to 4th. Wow, what a drive.
So close, but so far.
Jaden Ward, mate, 3rd place in the repechage. Some very hard and hot racing out there.
Yeah, very hot out there. Sweat dripping off me before that. I seen 147 was in 2nd place there. Just thought I'd follow him home and stay safe, and that's what we did, and we got there, so happy with that.
It's a very hardcore racing out there, mate. What was it like from your point of view?
It all happened too fast for me to really know what happened, but I just took it as it came, and obviously very hard, fast racing, and yeah, just stoked to be in that final now.
Absolutely, and this is where it all counts, the finals. Any idea where you're starting for the first one?
No idea yet. I've got to go up to the ref's box now and pick my grid, so I'll let you know soon.
Hopefully it's a good one. Best of luck for the finals, Shaden.
Awesome, thank you very much.
Right, down here with the 147M, that is Matt Nielsen, mate. The only mount cars, one of two mount cars, to make it through to the finals of the World 240s. How does it feel?
Yeah, good, eh? Good to represent Bay Park. Yeah, I was pretty stoked with that last race. So, first of my 240s that I've ever qualified, so it's good.
That's right, your first ever 240s, and you've made it through. Makes it extra sweet. You've brought an awesome crew with you here this weekend. You've got your parents there as well. Must make you feel even better.
Yeah, no, it's good, eh? Good to get out on the track. Rotorua is always a good track to come to. Always put on a good event, and yeah, it's good.
46B, mate, you won the repechage. It's a pretty hard and hot racing. Must feel good.
Oh yeah, no, I'm stoked. Been in a few repechages now, so and haven't had the good outcome. So it's really good to come across the line in first and get into the big game with Jason and Stenaway. So I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely, third car to make it into the third Hawke's Bay car, to make it into the final. Will you yourself and Thomas be helping Jason get the Grand Slam, or will you be racing your own race?
Oh hey, we'll race our own race at the start, and then yeah, if he's up there, man, we're a team, so definitely help each other out, man. Yeah.
Absolutely, and of course you couldn't do it without all of your crew and your sponsors. Who's looking after you?
James Buckrill, who owns the car, so big thanks to James at BJ's Bakery. All our sponsors, there's a lot to name. J-Ron Contracting, QR Welding Fabrication, Revolution Electrical, Henderson Road Panel and Paint, Steve Jude Motors, Megan Tyre and Hastings. I think there's a couple of others, but really appreciate their help. Without them, we wouldn't be racing, so big thanks to them and our crew, Fraser, Aaron and Daniel, Jace, my partner Michelle, everyone, they all help out. It's just great.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your time. Best of luck for the finals tonight. What grid are you drawing?
I actually drew grid 8. I seen the sessions last night and I was like, please, if I get through, not get that one. But we drew that one, so hey, it is what it is, and we'll run with it and do what we can.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, race fans. This is heat number 1 of the World Invitation Superstock Championships. We have got 26 of the best Superstock drivers from all over the world here to do battle to decide the 2019 World Invitation Superstock Champion. 3NZ Simon Joblin is the defending champion. He has gone back-to-back. Can he defend that title and become the first 4-time winner? Or will Frankie Wayman Jr. do it again out of the UK and become the first 4-time winner? It is the World Invitation Superstock Championships. The pace chute pulls onto the track. Let's show our appreciation. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we've put the gate closed sign up at TWS Paradise Valley Raceway tonight. Make some noise for the appreciation of these drivers who are about to go to battle and who are about to go to war tonight. It is Ben Riley on pole, Lee Fairhurst on the outside, the World 240s, heat number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, race fans, we are go! Let's watch what is going to happen down here in turn number 1. There's always a big push. Pat Westbury's the first one. He gets himself spun around. So Riley goes into the concrete. Fairhurst is in there. The rest of the field through relatively nicely. So there's going to be a bit of pace down here into turn number 3. And yes, there is. There's some bumpers going in there. Joblin's gone wide. Riley drops all the way back from pole position, sitting about midfield now. So is Fairhurst. Scott Myers gets fired off onto the grass. So not that big turn 1 push this time around. We've got problems for Adam Joblin in the 62. Looks to have some rear end problems. Round goes Jordan Derry. Gets caught up down there with both Westbury, Frankie Wayman Jr. and Shane Davis. Davis is going to get turned around there by Pat Westbury, and they both head out to the concrete wall. Up front though, look at this. It is Thomas Stanaway in the 87 from Asheries. 126. 19 is Malcolm Nartai. Graham Barr right up onto the grass to make some moves. Out into the concrete wall goes we've got Ben Griffin, we've got Wayne Hemme and Matt Nielsen all stuck out in the concrete wall. Nielsen now gets himself fired up. Ben Griffin, he's got his arm up, he's trying to get the car restarted. The 166 sitting in the concrete wall down in turns 3 and 4. Out front though, we look for the race leaders. And it's still Thomas Stanaway in 87 who's leading from Asher Rees in this opening heat of the World 240s Championship. We got one gone around. It's one of these suck it up cars. It is Jaden Ward in the 971 who gets tangled up down there with Lee Fairhurst in 217. So 87 is your race leader down the main straight. Oh, Simon Joblin gets turned around by one of the back markers there, the 147. He was running up in 5th place. Simon Joblin from grid 13. It was a great start for the defending champion, but he's going to drop off the pace now. So race leader still 87, 126.19. Round goes the 1NZ of Jason Long. Got tangled up there with Damien Orr. Long was running in 7th place. This is going to be costly. He's going to drop right back. He's got himself out of the way of the charging pack. And it's good to see the 166 of Griffin is still mobile. He's got a flat inside front, but he is still able to keep himself going. So Damien Orr in the 81 car. He is up in about 8th place at the moment after that tangle with Jason Long. They were battling for position. Race leader still 87, Thomas Stanaway. He's got about a third of the back straight lead on the 126, and he's going to get right up in the back of a whole lot of back markers now. Pat Westbury just struggling big time in the number 65. He's had a whole lot of spins and a whole lot of tangles throughout this race. Of course, remember, he's off the pace when it comes to actually racing, because he hasn't done any of the major championships, Pat Westbury, and he was an automatic qualifier, so he didn't have all the hustle and bustle last night in the number 65. We talked about that potentially being a little bit of a problem, and for Pat Westbury more so than Simon Joblin, who of course has been doing plenty of racing. Mark Costello in the 98M gets onto the back of the 515 of Frankie Wayman Jr., gives him a big nudge out of the road. That's the battle for 9th place. Here comes the 127 of Ethan Rees now. On Rees, oh, he almost got half spun, did Rees, and gets corrected with a bit of help from Graham Barr, but he's done some damage. The 127 of Rees, he was up from grid 25 and was up into 10th spot, and the car comes to a stop now down in turn number 1. So that's championship over for Rees. Out the front though, to still Thomas Stanaway as he wraps up 12 laps in this opening heat. 87 into turn 1 and 2, back to the 126, and then the 19. The two suck it up cars doing pretty well. Quinn Ryan in the 46 started grid 8. Remember, he wasn't happy with that, but it was a relatively controlled start this time around, so those cars that were on that outside grid didn't seem to suffer too much. So the cars just kind of sorting themselves out in the signal of a heat. The two Joblin cars come together momentarily, so there's problems for the 3NZ, defending champion. He's got a flat inside rear, so Simon Joblin has got problems for the defending champ. The white flag is out. 1 to go for Thomas Stanaway. Couple of back markers between himself and second place. A bit of air to breathe before he gets onto the back markers. And Thomas Stanaway in car 87 B will take the race win. Home in first place from grid 5. We then went to Asher Rees, Malcolm Nartai, Quinn Ryan and Benji Sneddon to round out the top 5. We'll wait for the cars to slow down, the revs to come down. Wow. Fast racing out there and really just kind of settling into a groove, you feel, for these cars. Couple falling by the wayside. So we'll talk more about those in a moment, but as they do slow down, and we will take a look at the top 10 here for you. Unofficially, 87B Thomas Stanaway home in first place. 126 Asher Rees in second. 19C Malcolm Nartai was third. Fourth place 46B Quinn Ryan. Then 471 Benji Sneddon rounded out the top 5. We then had 26S Mitch Vickery, 5W Keegan Levine, 81R Damien Orr, 98M Mark Costello, and 515 GB Frankie Wayman Jr. rounding out the top 10.
All right, down here with the 87B, Thomas Stanaway, mate. Fantastic opening account to win heat number 1 of the World 240s. How does it feel?
Oh, it definitely feels good, but hey, she's a long way to go yet. Still 2 more races, and we all know what that third one can be like here. So, hey, we got a good gap at the start and managed to get away and keep it clean. And yeah, a bit of luck probably, but no, it's good. Yeah.
And fantastic, an amazing build up to such a fantastic event. How were the nerves before, and how did you manage everything?
Oh, yeah, always a little bit nervous. That big build up out there always sort of gets it pumping a bit, but it's awesome for the crowd and awesome for the sport. And Rotorua do a real good job here, and no, we love it every year. It's good.
Absolutely, of course, fantastic event. Where are you starting for the next one?
Grid 18, so near the back on the outside, but anything can happen.
Absolutely, yeah, you got your work cut out for you. Thank you very much for your time, and best of luck for the rest of the night.
Yeah, cheers, thank you.
26S on pole, the 591 of Wayne Hemming is on grid number 2. Row 2 is 5W. Keegan Levine, Benji Sneddon, one of the big movers in heat 1. 471 on grid 4. We then go back to 98M, Mark Costello, and the 7W of Shane Davis on row 3. Jaden Ward 971, Frankie Wayman Jr. 515 GB are on grids 7 and 8. Then we go Matt Nielsen and the 555 of Frankie Jr. rounding out the top 10 grids. So both Waymans back to back there. Then Graham Barr and Ethan Rees. Here we go. Hold on to your seats. Buckle up. Heat number 2. The World 240s at TWS Paradise Valley Speedway is go. Another 15 laps coming at us. And here we go. Oh, this is the big push this time. They're into the concrete wall coming off the turn. One of the cars has been turned around there. Rees gets turned around. There has been dodgems. Oh, Frankie Wayman Jr. hard out into the concrete wall. Keegan Levine goes right up underneath him, and that's going to be race over for Frankie Wayman Jr. Hard and fast down into the turn number 3 concrete. The whole back bodywork of Keegan Levine's car is gone. Both Waymans sitting in the concrete down in turn number 3 and 4. Mitch Vickery's on the grass. Lights are red. Turn number 3 is becoming the new turn number 1. Boy, Frankie Wayman, he went in there hard, and the car just bounced up and wanted to leave the racetrack arena, and Keegan Levine, the whole car went in underneath Wayman. And obviously JJ's over there too.
Myers out as well, the 36 on the infield, damage to the right front. Vickery's got damage in the front. Levine's got damage to the top of the motor, and the 65R's running on not enough cylinders.
Wow.
So yeah, that's 4 on the infield, 2 in the wall, which will be shortly joining them on the infield, I would imagine.
And then there were 20.
Yes. Just like that. So yeah, we're just looking at a TWS replay through the Pits TV now, and we just catch the aftermath of Frankie Wayman Jr. Coming round through turn 3 and into turn 4. Yeah, just hard and fast out there. And Frankie got it, was trying to throw the car in, and the back end of the car caught the concrete wall first. Then it threw the front around, slapped the wall, jumped up, Keegan Levine in underneath, and Frankie Wayman Jr. actually came in and gave him a big shot from behind as well, getting caught up. Then so Scott Myers, not sure what he's pulled off with. Minty, did you say what his issue was?
Yeah, right front suspension, flat tyre, damage to the right front suspension.
Okay, yeah, he came out of turn 4 just after that incident and clobbered the concrete wall along the pit straight. So the red light for the debris on the track, the whole back bodywork of Keegan Levine was the reason for the stoppage. So Frankie Wayman Jr., well, both Waymans have been talked to, and they're both okay to go. So we are set to go racing.
Well,
your race leader is Wayne Hemming, just coming out of turn number 2 and onto the main straight. So we're all eyes on the 515. He's got it off the concrete wall. No, he's got major steering issues, hasn't he? So Hemming, 591, your race leader. And in second spot will be Benji Sneddon. Then it's Jaden Ward. Sneddon has it coming together with Griffin, the British visitor. Momentarily slows him down, and that gives Jaden Ward a chance to catch up on Sneddon. But boy, it's Cook out there at the front end of the field. Frankie Wayman still trying to circulate as the 555 and the 3NZ. Oh, Wayman off onto the grass, and his race is done. Comes across the grass there, right in front of the race leader. 591 Wayne Hemi continuing to lead. Ahead of Benji Snedden. Still Jaden Ward there as well. Jordan Deere, 581. Still starting to make some progress through the field here as well. He's now up into about 6th place. He's dicing with the 98 of Mark Costello. They come down into turn number 2, and Deere just puts a little bit of gap between himself and Costello. And Asher Rees right there in amongst that battle as well. So again, all 3 of those C cars are running pretty hard and fast at the moment in the second heat of the World 240s at TWS Paradise Valley Speedway is Matt Nielsen in the 147. So he's running up in 4th place. Again, Matt Nielsen up at the pointy end of the field. Coming through that repechage, how many times have we talked about the repechage and how good it can be, how it gets you on form. Graham Barr also making some moves here again as well in the 32. So again, the Joblin car has gone off this time. Can't make out, it's the Adam Joblin car. He is limping around through turn 3, and he's just going to make his way towards the infield as well. So his race is run in the 62. He's got a flat right rear. So Joblin pulls off to the infield. So back out towards the front, looking for the race leader. It is Wayne Hemi. Across the start-finish line he goes. And we've had... Oh, where's Benji Snedden gone? Or was I looking at the wrong car? Getting mixed up in the red cars. Oh no, Hemi across the start-finish line now. Yes, Benji Snedden right in behind him. You're looking at all these red cars and the suck-it-up cars as well that are running together. Benji Snedden now has a peek up the inside of Wayne Hemi. Remember, Hemi, a Grand Slam champion. He's won this event before. Benji Snedden yet to stand on top of the podium at a major Superstock title, but just 6 weeks ago he finished in 2nd place at the North Island Championships, and he is so fast in this Rees race car right now. First, second, third, they are bumper to bumper. Snedden, Hemi, and then we go to Jaden Ward. The laps are ticking by. There's still 3 laps to go now. As Thomas Stanaway, we look at the Heat 1 winner. He's running up in 11th place. We'll be able to give you some unofficial points real soon as well. Matt Nielsen, let's not forget about him as he continues to circulate in 4th place while these 3 at the front battle, and we've had a change. Benji Snedden is your new race leader as they come up on back markers. 2 of the overseas runners, Wayman and Riley, who are both out wide. That leaves up the inside easy and free for Benji Snedden, who's going to get the white flag here. Oh, Riley, he looked to have a big go at Jaden Ward, but Benji Snedden is just going to pull away from Wayne Hemi here in the last corner. 471. Benji Snedden will be your race winner from the 591, 971, 147 and 32. So as they slow down, let's recap those top positions for you. 471, Benji Snedden will take the race win. 591, Wayne Hemi in 2nd place. Then 971, Jaden Ward. 147, Matt Nielsen in 4th. And 32p, Graham Barr rounds out the top 5. Then in 6th, then we went 581, Jordan Deere. 126, Asher Rees. 98M, Mark Costello, 87B, Thomas Stanaway, and 46B, Quinn Ryan.
Down here with heat number 2 winner for the World 240s, Benji Snedden, 471p, mate. Hectic racing out there, and you come away with a win. Well done.
Yeah, it's fast racing. Also trying to keep it clean and let I suppose a few of the other guys up there achieve their points as well that are sort of teammates. So yeah, good race of Wayne, and yeah, the win was awesome. So.
Really hard battle with Wayne Hemi out there. You guys were racing. It wasn't all hitting. It was proper racing, and fantastic to put on a show for the people at home and the crowd here.
Yeah, no, it was awesome side-by-side action. We run, a good sort of 5 laps together, and then the rest was chasing them down. So, yeah, no, it was wicked. And then the pass was, that felt good, so it was good.
Great. Where are you starting for the next one?
Grid 19, I think, yeah.
Grid 19. You've got your work cut out for you then?
Yeah, I got to get up there and get back to the front, so we'll see how it goes.
Thank you very much for your time and best of luck for the last one.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks, mate.
Down here with a 127G, that is Ethan Rees. Thank you, Paul. Fairly average sort of a night for you there, Ethan.
Yeah, you can't explain that better. First one had a bit of electrical problems. Hopefully we can sort out for teams. It's been bugging me all year, so I'm kind of over it, but hey, it's only affecting my racing, so I'm not too worried at the moment.
Absolutely, some very hard racing out there. You were saying to me just before we got on camera, it's very fast.
Oh man, it's absolutely fast. It's actually a big mon up now. It's cool actually. It's great to be a part of.
That second heat there, we saw you going into turn 2. You're sort of in the middle, and then you ended up right at the back. You got spun around, so shows how difficult it is out there.
Yeah, as soon as you get sucked into that wall and try to get out of it, you can't, and then cars come through, and you just, when you get spat at the back, you spat at the back, so you can't do anything about it really.
Absolutely. And where are you starting for the last one there, mate?
Grid 3, so I just need to find out what the score is with Asher and that on points, and we could be going to have a bit of fun, so yeah.
Stir in the works. Thank you very much for your time, Ethan Rees. Best of luck for the last one.
No worries, man. Thank you.
Okay, so Jordan Deere is on pole. He's outside the top 6, but he's in 8th place. If he can win this race from pole, he's still a good chance for maybe a 3rd place. We talk about the top 6. Those are I cannot remember a major Superstock championship where the winner has come from outside the top 6. Or did Higgins do it in Kiki? The New Zealand chance. But more often than not, 95% of the time, the winner is from the 6 highest point scorers.
Scott Joplin did it here and won World 240s, didn't he?
That's
so,
right.
With winning heats 2 and 3, but very unusual.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pull down those seatbelts, buckle up, because I reckon this is going to get hectic. It is the final heat. Let's find out who will be the 2019 World Invitation Superstock champion. We've had 30 laps, 15 to go. Will it be somebody stepping up to win for the first time? Will it be somebody doing it for the second time? Will it be a mini stock racer or a former mini stocker for the first time? Will it be club? Will it be friends? Who are people supporting out there on the racetrack? We will find out shortly. The officials are happy. It is brought to you by the Rotorua Stock Car Club and Technical Welding Services, the World 240s, heat number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, 15 laps to go around Paradise Valley, and let's go racing! Scott Myers straight away on the brakes. And it's Pat Westbury who he's holding up. So nobody major there. Problems for, oh no, that's Rees. Ethan Rees has dropped down himself right down towards the back of the pack. Again, big shunt and hard and fast into turn number 3 and 4 for the first time. No major incidents though like the last one. Again, Wayman out wide on the concrete wall and gets caught up there with Davis. Down into turn number 1 and 2. One of the Suck It Up cars looks to get half turned around. But manages to keep it straight. Big punch onto the Thomas Stanaway car. Wayman out into the concrete wall. Quinn Ryan gets taken in. Rees takes out Benji Snedden. And now he's after Quinn Ryan. So Benji Snedden's dropped right down towards the back. Quinn Ryan gets taken to the concrete wall. So there's 2 of your top 6 who are out. Jordan Deere is still your race leader. In second spot it is Griffin. Then the 1NZ of Jason Long. Graham Barr up there in 4th place. And then we've got Jaden Ward who's in 5th. So you can see them sitting on the track from the red car round through turn 3. He is your race leader. Just underway again now is Quinn Ryan. So what's the 46 car going to do? Down Asher Rees. Oh, he's going to spin up Wayne Hemi. Sorry, that's Ethan Rees in the 127. Takes Hemi down in turn number 3 and 4. Still got nobody really crawling the pole line at the moment. So race leader is 581 Jordan Deere. Here he comes around into turn number 1. Behind his teammate Wayne Hemi. 591, still all just hard and fast racing at the moment as Jason Long starts making some ground up through the main straight into turn number 3. Looks up the inside of Quinn Ryan, who is of course a lap down.
I think that move of Ethan Rees off the line, Paul, to basically pull onto the grass, get out of everybody's way, drop to the back. I think that was a very definite move to hastily get back down to where most of the major chances were, which is back of mid-pack.
But he's nowhere around them now, though, is Ethan Rees, as they continue to circulate at a very hot pace here at TWS Paradise Valley Speedway. Jordan Deere running hard and fast down in turn 3 and 4 right now. Second spot, Griffin out of the UK. Really coming to grips with this car now. Jason Long has always dropped back a couple of spots, has Long, as Matt Nielsen comes and puts the big bumper into the 1NZ, sends him wide, and up the inside he goes, Matt Nielsen in the 147. Here we go, Rees and Wayman have a bit of a coming together coming off turn number 2. Scott Myers still circulating out there. The only car that is DNF'd and parked on the infield at the moment is Shane Davis, as Joblin forces Wayman right. Wayman... Who was that? Quinn Ryan has put somebody in hard.
Nielsen.
Okay, Nielsen's been taken into the concrete wall by Quinn Ryan. That was a big shot down in turn number 2. Nielsen, he's managed to hook reverse and is coming out. 9 laps gone, still 6 to go. Now Scott Myers crawling the pole line. The number 36 coming around through turn number 4. Who's he after? Graham Barr goes around the outside of the 36. Oh, we got another. So we got Rees on Ryan once again down there in turn number 3.
Oh, Matt Nielsen just attacked again. Benji Snedden this time.
So Snedden went into Nielsen, and now Nielsen's come to a stop. Ryan is mobile again. Here we go. Oh, look at this. Jaden Ward is not wanting to pass Scott Myers. So Myers is after the Christchurch cars into turn number 1 and 2. So look for Myers to put the brakes on Jaden Ward once again. Here we go. Ward tries looking up the inside. Myers is going to take him off onto the grass. Yes, he is. As Rees goes around the outside, Myers is after Asher Rees and spins up the 126 car, and then Myers rides the concrete as he gets caught up there with Long and Stanaway.
Ed Nartai having a little shot for good measure.
So here we go. Scott Myers is on the charge now. Who's he after? Is he running after Thomas Stanaway? He's going to overcook it a wee bit, is Myers. We've got 13 laps gone. White flag is out. 1 to go for Jordan Deere. Make that half a lap to go for Jordan Deere, who is coming around. He'll take the checkered flag. At the moment, the championship belongs to Thomas Stanaway. All eyes on the 87 car as he comes around turn 3 and turn 4 onto the pit straight. The young kid who grew up racing mini stocks in Rotorua, becomes the first ever former mini stock racer to win the World Invitation Superstock Championships with a 7th place. No, hold all bets. I got way too excited. Benji Snedden picked up a couple of spots on the last lap, and we have a potential runoff. We have 2 potential runoffs, ladies and gentlemen. Holy heck. Holy heck. Holy heck, and they're all mini stock drivers. So unofficially, we have got Thomas Stanaway and Benji Snedden both on 64 points. Then we've got Jaden Ward and Asher Rees are tied on 60 points. The 2 Suck It Up cars are tied for 3rd place. So, wow. Officials obviously could play some games. Well, not play some games, but they could play a factor in this.
2 good mates too, but that's the thing. We got a car 471 that's been quick all weekend. We've got Stanaway who's been there and done that, and he's one of the better teams racers in New Zealand.
We're about to find out who is the World 240s champion for 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Benji Snedden on pole. It is Thomas Stanaway on the outside. 4 laps to decide the champion. Green flag, and they both go. And Benji looks to get himself ahead. He's just going to take it easy here. Stanaway tried to get down on the inside, but Snedden very quickly down onto the pole line. Thomas is going to try to go around the outside, try and spin him. Takes the shot there, gets a little bit loose. Snedden maybe could have gone then. Bit of cat and mouse going on. 4 laps to decide this one.
Snedden driving with his mirrors really at the moment, isn't he? So
Thomas is going to try and drive him out into the concrete wall. Big cruncher for both of them. Oh! And Thomas Stanaway parks himself up in the concrete. Oh my goodness.
That hasn't done the fence any good at all.
Thomas Stanaway, like the Rebecca Barr thing before.
Yes.
10 point or 100% commitment.
Come off second best both times.
With that goes my TAB bet.
Oh, yes, you did too. You had money on Thomas Stanaway, of course.
I did.
Yeah.
No.
And Asher Rees.
Yes.
Well, we should have known there was no use even talking Stanaway's chances up. We would have known Mindy had money on him.
So we've got a TWS replay with the Pits TV. just, went in so hard. Just the commitment. Snedden bounced off. I thought Stanaway was going to bounce off as well. Yeah, he's well and truly hooked himself up in there. Obviously, a lot of people there on the fence, so please do be careful there and maybe stand back. And now to Hawke's Bay. So Benji Snedden will start lap 3. And we'll just cruise it. Yeah, you wouldn't want to overcook it and plant yourself in the concrete wall and do some damage, would you?
You create a situation that nobody would ever let you forget.
No, certainly not. As he comes around, he'll get the white flag this time. And yeah, well, he should have.
Yeah, no, he did.
He did? Oh, he
Yes.
did? Oh, Bruce just pulled it in pretty quick afterwards. Well, I suppose doesn't need to hang it out for all the other cars that are following.
There's only one car out there, yeah.
So Benji Snedden, former mini stocker, new car this year and on the pace, and he takes the win of the World 240s for 2019. Congratulations to the 971C. Jaden Ward will have pole position. Asher Rees on the outside. This is to decide third. Who will stand on the podium with Benji Snedden and Thomas Stanaway? Good mates, teammates, flatmates. Here we go. Green flag down, and we're underway. And Asher tries to take the lead, and or is it Jaden?
It is Asher.
Asher on pole, so Asher to the lead. Jaden's just going to push hard behind him. He's got the foot to the floor, doesn't he? Jaden Ward, as he tries to push Asher. Now there's a bit of ground between them, so Asher's going to try and extend it. No. Look at this, Jaden Ward. He's even got all the grease on the wheels.
I'd noticed that. For a run off with his flatmate, he's taking it seriously.
One lap down. Into lap 2, Jaden Ward tries to jump around the outside. Look at these cars jumping. Another bit of cat and mouse once again. And of course, they probably would have seen what happened in that last one and go, oh, I don't want to do that. So it's still Asher Rees. And now Jaden Ward tries to race around the outside. That little clip on the concrete wall might have cost him, because he just lost that little bit of momentum as he tried making his way through there, didn't he?
So 2 laps down. Now they're the other way round. It's just instant horsepower, isn't it, the way they can jump them up and down.
So Asher Rees has finished third here before, back in 2013.
Well, Ward's not using any fuel.
Look at them, they're having a good play, they're loving this. 1 lap to go, white flag is out. Jaden Ward in front, Asher Rees, he's giving it his all. And now Ward, he's just hard on the brakes.
He's going to need more.
Because I reckon if I was Asher, I'd just try and go hard around the outside right now. Now Jaden's just going to try going. He's got the advantage. And he goes through. Jaden Ward in the 971 will take third place. And Asher Rees
is cooking dinner for the next 12 months.
Oh, good stuff.
Benji, how's that feel, mate?
Yeah, no, it feels really good. I don't even really know quite what happened in corner 2. I just basically was on the brakes trying to hold myself up to get into hold Stanaway up to get into 1, and sort of got a little bit carried away and further forward of where I needed to be. So just put the accelerator down and it was game on, and it turned out well. So we're wrapped.
What's it mean to you to be World 240s champion?
For myself, it's massive, and for the team, it's massive, and that's the best bit about it.
One car that we in the commentary box kind of said, boy, he's looking really quick. By the end of the weekend, he's standing on the top step of the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your new World Invitation Superstock champion, Benji Snedden. So we got the sash. We've got 1 trophy for him to keep, 1 trophy that comes back after a year, and of course the big checkered flag, which we'll give him in a moment as well. Benji, congratulations. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Not so huff and puffle anymore, and just sort of slowly sinking in.
So talk us through that runoff. Did you actually know what had happened?
Not on the turn 2 where Tom decided to spectacularly throw himself up there kind of thing. I mean, yeah, he was on my back bumper and he was going to basically feed me in as fast as he went, so I just friggin' clutch kicked it and just put it on a few RPM and got out of there, and yeah.
So this car you're racing, is this actually your car?
Nah, it's not my car. It's like a dialer driver. It's my mate Dan's. It's a teammate. So thanks very much to him for letting me pedal it this weekend.
Do you want to give it back?
Not really, no.
No. So tell us about these cars that you're racing this season.
They're Ree's race cars, Spanx, and one's got a Toyota and the other's got a Nissan. A few minor problems with the other car, so hence Dan's given me his one to attend this event, and yeah, it's just worked out awesome.
It certainly has. The winner of the World 240s gets an invite to England to race over there in the Brisker Formula One World Final. Maybe a bit early to ask, but is it the kind of thing that interests you?
Yeah, it hasn't sunk in yet, but I mean, it of course interests me.
Well, Benji Snedden, you've been quick all weekend. You get to stand on the top step of the podium. We'll give you this here as well to be able to pose for the photos. Ladies and gentlemen, your new World 240s champion, Benji Snedden. In second place, Thomas Sanaway. And in third, Jaden Ward in third place.